chart for evil. You can read it down, right? It's 1, 2, 3. He chose one people out of everybody. And they can't deal with it. But this one people we be punished every time we made a covenant that we would do what the Most High God told us to do. We broke it. That's why we're at the bottom right now. People don't understand that because they got them blinded and they thinking, oh, I'm free. I can do what I want to do, but 203 and 3 and 4 this is what they want to keep us from. Keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments, because if we do that, then we put on Christ. If we put on Christ. If we put on Christ, you put on Christ, I put on Christ. I mean, he put on Christ, I put on Christ. We're going to be on one accord. And that's the one thing they don't want us to be. Because the one thing they fear most is the unity of the black man. This teaches the unity of the black man. That's what they don't want. So we don't teach a Christianity where it say God love everybody. That don't say that here. God hates. Our God hates the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They say, oh, Christ was born of a virgin. That ain't what the Bible says. You know what I'm saying? So once again, they discrediting a black man, Joseph, his father. Just like they did Serena father, just like they did Michael Jackson father, just like they did Beyonce father. Because you're lying on him, he said it was like some kind of white man. The history showed us Pope Alexander VI had Leonardo da Vinci paint his son and put that picture out as Christ and the Last Supper. That's why they so popular, because they whitewash our image. But the Bible say that Christ is a so-called black man. The Bible say that God is a so-called black man. It describes God. Did you know that? It describes Christ, and it describes the Hebrew Israelites. But they come and say, no, God loves everybody. You know why they say that? But they worshiping Zeus. Zeus is the god of the strangers. Christian church, the Catholic Church ain't nothing but paganism. Christianity ain't nothing but paganism. Every time they doing Christmas, Easter, Halloween, Valentine's, all this different stuff, they doing Babylonian religion. So we are the only true monotheistic people on this planet, because the one true living God is our God. They worshiping other stuff, but they doing it in secret and tricking people. That's why it's called the mystery religion of Babylon. Got people doing the religion and don't even know it. It's people doing it and making sacrifices and know exactly what they're doing, and there's a whole lot of people like these people that's doing it and don't know what the hell they're doing. I'm doing it for the kids. But God said, don't send your kids to the Father. That's what you're doing when you're doing all this stuff and saying I'm doing it for the kids. Oh, I'm doing Easter for the kids. You lying to them about an Easter bunny and a damn a chicken, and they had an egg. You lying to them about the tooth fairy. You lying to them about Santa Claus. You know what I'm saying? Because the deceiver on this earth is a so-called white man. They lie about everything. That's what the devil means, deceiver. So they push this stuff on us and got us lying to our children. They done lied to us about every single thing. How you take somebody and they act like you don't know where they came from? You don't even tell them, give them a hint. We have to find out through research and through the following the Most High and wanting to know who he was, because they not going to teach us. Oh, as far as they concerned, we rockers and basketball players, and we the black culture, and we the Democrats and all this different stuff. We ain't none of that, bro. This country does not represent us at all, in no aspects. They represent us, not even in the sports, because it's owned by white owners. They making all the money. And then, nigga, you better not take a knee. Nigga, did I see you not standing for the Pledge of Allegiance? This told the people that think the person that they love the most, Jerry Jones, owner of the Cowboy, they love him to death. But he said, y'all niggas better not take a knee. What I'm pledging allegiance to this flag for, when this flag put me in slavery? Why would I pledge allegiance to this flag or this country when this country treat us like the animals? Shot the sister in her own home. The white boy act like he scared of some hot water, but he told her to take off the stove and then shot her dead in her own home. Bro, if you was any other race of people, they would not happen.
Told her to say, shoot in your fucking
Yep. So
She said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. They're going to be shot.
So this is the signs that the Most High is showing us that this is not our place of rest. But a lot of our people is cool here in Babylon. They're not concerned about who they are. They're not concerned about their people. But so they don't know about being a nation.
The truth is, though, a lot of our people is cool with being here because it's so-called the freest country.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not even a country up there.
No, it's a republic.
Yeah, so it's the freest place that they think that they can go. Right? Like
Think that they
so
can go.
when you try to spread that knowledge, it sometimes get misrepresented because they don't know no better. Like you will tell them the same information, and then everything you be like, well, if I'm supposed to want to have these things. You know what I'm saying? And I tell them me personally, I tell them, listen, if you do your research, you will find out this country it's really the least. It's really the least.
It's better places to live.
It's better places to go, but they don't have. Not only do they not have the resources, just think about it. They don't have the resources. The average Black American can be like, you know what? I know about 5 countries right now that I'm thinking about settling in. You know, because I don't plan for this to be my residence. When it's all said and done, America will be half the place that I'm going. You know what?
Yeah.
This is why my tombstone, I'm buried right here. No, I don't wanna, I'm just here somewhere.
But check this out. People comfortable here and not knowing that we have been to Babylon before. And not knowing we just repeating the same story. That's why we know this Bible real. It's telling us we was in Babylon before, all this stuff that happened is happening here with us again. You know what I'm saying? And it's all spiritual.
That's Babylon.
Look at that. All women the only ones doing it. Niggas be like, oh girl, but we like sisters put some clothes on.
White girls is in the fields shooting and practicing how to shoot guns and what they doing.
Hold on, I'll be clear. So what I know to be a fact, I'm like, especially with our sisters, right? So modern culture, right? Modern culture.
That means nothing.
No, it does, because I'm telling you why. So imagine this. Wise kids in public school, different in all aspects that they get in public school.
Private school, public school.
Yeah, why is they different? They different in all aspects. The way they dress, the way they act, the way they learn, the way everything. Not that it's more care.
More money is more care.
Well, not that it's more care, but it's an environment that we exposing our people to. Because a private school can be the same as a public school. Ghetto and ratchet. It's just they in a goddamn public school. I mean, just in a private school.
You see, when you design ghetto and ratchet, we wasn't always ghetto and ratchet. They designed it. You heard what's the name of that rat experiment, that hood rat experiment? They experimented on rats first, on the hood ghetto experience, and everything the rats did. Anybody who broke and poor gonna do the same thing. So that's what they condition us with. They not gonna do that at all. They gonna do the best. The difference between our public schools and their public schools, we ain't gotta go to private. They care. They don't care about ours.
And two, we got to look at it like this here. You ain't gonna hear about Karen giving everybody in the school pussy. Okay? But you're gonna hear about it in the public school because ain't nobody there to keep it under silent. Karen fucking she worse than our sisters is.
But I was just gonna say that though. But that's what I was gonna say. Listen, it's going on. So my question to that is this though.
Hey, Bruce Jones.
So is it a factor about being reserved, right, in what you're doing versus being openly in what you're doing?
Let me put it to you like this here. our older women is supposed to teach our younger women how to be good wives to their husbands. Okay? But instead, they teach them how to be a bunch of sluts and hoes, dressed like them and everything. You gotta go back and think about it. Back in the 60s, our sisters was running around with dresses on, black power.
But what contributed to that though?
I just told you.
No, the fact that they was like this, fists up, proud to be who they was, and moderately being a good human and dressing.
Following the white woman.
No.
Say what?
I'm gonna tell you what contributed to that. It ain't got nothing to do with that. That came later on.
Oh no, sir.
No, I'm gonna tell you what contributed to that. When they took us out of the home.
That's part of it.
That's part of it.
But
That's
chasing
back when the white
woman,
woman.
right? But chasing white woman came later.
No, that's when the
No,
white
it all
woman.
happened at the same
No, because we was chasing, but we wasn't interested. We just wanted some.
How do you, bro?
I'm 35.
All right, I'm 65. I'm back there then.
Okay.
I'm telling you, that's when the white woman come out with the women live and all this different stuff, and they the one who changed all this
So
shit.
why wouldn't you need that had to happen first when you even think you don't need a man at
At
home?
home.
Feminism was born in the 60s.
I think look at Malcolm X. Perfect. Watch. This is my idol. I like Malcolm X so much. Look at Malcolm X. When he just wanted some ass, right? He was chasing these white women. He wasn't interested in starting a freaking life with them.
He could.
No, he could have, but he wasn't interested in that.
Before he came to the truth. I mean,
Well, yeah, but why wasn't he interested in starting a life before that?
he was out in the world.
He just wanted to.
Yeah, then the white women got his ass locked up. And then he changed his life.
It was just a thing for him. It wasn't nothing.
But don't you know we commanded not to do that?
Absolutely.
And that's why his ass got locked up. But the Lord was dealing with him, and he learned in the prison house and changed his life. Even though Islam is not the way for us, but he did learn right, because most of these Muslims using the Bible anyway. These black Muslims.
Everything is interchangeable.
No, not this. Truth is not interchangeable.
So
You know what I'm saying? You can't break this. You know what I'm saying? Watch this, read this.
This is the book of Titus, chapter 2 and verse 3. The aged woman, likewise, that they be in behavior as become holiness, not false accusers, not giving too much wine, teaching of good things,
This, read on.
that they may teach,
They may do what?
that they may teach
Not
the,
compete.
that they may teach the young women,
No, they supposed to compete with the young women.
that they may teach the young women to be sober,
To do what?
to be sober,
Oh, not to be in B-Bell and drunk with a little miniskirt on, falling down, somebody got to carry you.
to be sober,
Okay.
to love their
To do
husband,
what?
to love their husband.
Somebody had to teach them they don't need a man. This is our heritage. This is for our women. This is what they're supposed to be taught by the older women. To love their husbands
To love their children,
and to love their children.
to be discreet,
To what?
to be discreet,
No, be out here so everybody can see you with the littlest stuff on you can find.
to be discreet,
To be discreet, humble.
chastity, keepers at home,
No, out in the streets.
keepers at home,
No, walking around with their homegirls in the streets of Dallas.
keepers at home,
Bopping.
good, obedient to their own husband,
To their own who?
to their own husband.
No, to their
Good,
boss at work.
Good and obedient. Hold on. Good and obedient to their own husbands. Don't try to tell them what to do. Just say to be good and obedient. This is what they're supposed to get taught.
obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blemished.
Now, why are they doing a complete opposite?
Blameless. See, in a blameless. So like, that's the truth. But in a perfect world.
No.
I'm gonna tell you why.
No, not in our world. Hold on. Not in the perfect world. If you do the right thing and find a woman that you love and have have children, and you love them enough to teach them right. Not be cool with them running around. I've seen men with their wives and their daughters. When the daughters got on little stuff and their wife got on little stuff, and they cool with it. But that's not happening with us, bro. Because that's not good. Because their mama teaching them how to be holy. Even though she with a man, mama is teaching them, oh, you can wear the little stuff because she the one bought it for them. But the choice for me and us was, we gonna teach them what grandmama taught
And
us.
he got 3 daughters.
Know what I'm saying? Grandmama had on a dress. Grandmama wasn't out here no hoochie mama shows.
What?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Grandmama was at home. She cooked Sunday dinner. Grandmama kept the family together. And then she had a husband. They were together 50 years. You know what I'm saying? Why that's not happening no more? The women is the one that's filing for divorce. A man would never leave no woman unless she was psycho crazy. If he got that woman, I don't care if he was like a little bit. We'll keep him and stack him up and collect them. So we ain't just throwing women away. We'll circle back around and recycle. Women will divorce you. They the one raising the divorce rate, even though the law say they can't get rid of their husband until the man dies.
Well, there's some truth in that.
This is what the Bible, our heritage. See, this is the thing. It's literally the Israelites' heritage. They took us in slavery and took our book and started the Catholic Church Christian religion. We was in slavery. When the Romans sacked Jerusalem in 70 AD, that was us. And then they took us into slavery. And then after that, they was killing the Christians. But then after that, Constantine merged so-called Christianity and paganism into one. And they started the Catholic Church as we going now. So we know the history on it. It don't line up with this, brother. Because it ain't supposed to. It's to divert us, to have niggas talking about God love everybody. John 3:16, and don't even know what the hell they talking about. You don't even know who you are to say what God love or not. Because you know that you memorize that scripture from Easter service, and you don't know no more scriptures. Because if we ask a brother what John 3:14 say, John 3:15 say, or who was Christ talking to in that chapter, they not gonna know, but they know John 3:16 by heart for their program.
That's because when people recite verses and scriptures from the Bible, they only recite scriptures and verses from the Bible that benefit a certain thing.
Exactly. Cherry pick.
Yeah, like there's that the Bible has so many scriptures that say a lot of different things, but people will pinpoint what they want people to hear. Oh no, listen to this one. Like, hold up, but if you go down the line and say this, but then you see where the unbalance come from. Because if this say this, in the same book, that same book, it say this. How you come up with that, man?
Watch
You know what I'm
this.
saying?
Watch
Somebody
this.
talking, they will feel no
Yeah, and let me ask you this. Do you honestly think that they're gonna say some stuff and cherry pick this here? Keep God's commandments.
Yeah. That's the essence of the Bible.
Yeah. See, but righteous men will stand out here and tell you, like us, will tell you, brother, keep the commandments of God.
That's right.
Matter of fact, to itself. Watch this. The Bible tells us how to spot a false prophet. Because it tell us what a prophet's supposed to do. It ain't to come out here and say, in 2037, such and such gonna happen. No. The prophet of the Most High just reads the words of the Most High because it don't need no add or subtract. It's gonna either happen or it's gonna come true. Watch this right here. This is how we know all the stuff that's out here doing is garbage. It's vanity. They dirty, greedy dollars. They just want the money. We ain't got no collection place out here. Because we really out here for our people. Like Malcolm X was. Like Martin Luther King was. Like Megan Ever was. Like Christ was. The thing about, when you're a real man, it ain't just about you. It ain't just about your family. It's about your nation. And that's what this book is talking about. These books are talking about the real man that stood up for their nation or went against their nation. Read this.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 2, verse 7.
These are our heroes Where the black superheroes at? Where the black heroes at? Where the black leaders at? Yeah, and now these niggas scared. We ain't scared.
At all.
Watch this.
For the priest's lips should keep knowledge.
So if you're a priest, pastor, minister, apostle, deacon, whatever you want to call yourself, it should keep knowledge, right? Read.
And they should seek the law, at his mouth, for he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts.
So as messengers of the Lord of hosts, a messenger can't take a message and then change the word of the message to fit what he wants. You supposed to say exactly what the message was from the person that sent it. That's all you supposed to do.
Exactly.
Now, if they don't understand something, you can break it down with the Bible. But you can't go off your own dome and just start coming up with some convoluted stuff because you don't know nothing. We didn't know nothing. We thought we knew something.
Yeah.
We didn't know nothing until we found out who we was, bro. So when you a man of the Lord, you supposed to be teaching people the law. Give me love. You supposed to be teaching God's law. That's the knowledge because within God's laws, it commands us to love one another. It commands us not to steal from one another. It commands us not to sleep with another man's wife. It commands. Now here in Babylon, I love Trey Songz. The Trey Songz got a song called "Mrs. Steal Your Girl." That's adultery, brother. If you steal another man's girl, that's adultery.
Well, his girl not his wife.
They supposed to be wives. So that right there is a whole nother problem.
You're supposed to be wives?
You're not supposed to whore out your daughters of Zion. So there shouldn't be no girlfriends. If you supposed to you supposed to find a woman that you gonna marry and love her.
Let me ask you a question. The rest is natural life. For the rest of his existence.
I ain't say nothing. Don't. What? No, don't listen to him.
This is because our forefathers had our forefathers had martial law, right? That was we ain't supposed to leave no women out. So say these 3 women right here, they with him. That's 3 women that ain't out in the streets. That's 3 women that ain't getting whored out. They got a house with a strong man. It's like a lion pride. You can have as many women as you can take care of, and y'all can take care of each other. But here in Babylon, it's frowned upon because the white man can't handle more than one woman. So you can't handle more, and I damn sure don't need you outpopulating me. Because they have kids when they 30, 40, 35, 40, 50 years old. We didn't know our 3rd, 4th, 5th kid. So just imagine you had 2, 3, 4 women. Oh, they blown out the water. So for us, they told our women, oh, he cheated on me. That's not what the Bible says. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah 4:1. Watch this, bro. That was a good question. Watch what the Bible says. So we can prove our point, not just be worrying about it. And our heritage, see, this is heritage. This is the real so-called black culture right here. You know what I'm saying? So in our heritage, watch what I hear to say. And you would never hear this come from no Christian.
And that's the reason why, too, you see the black man be the coldest pimp on the planet. Because women, our women know what they're supposed to do. Okay?
But we don't supposed to whore them out. That's the only difference. Okay? Watch this.
This is Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach.
There's gonna come a time where 7 women gonna fight for us just to have our number. Right now, I don't need no man. I don't need no husband. I don't need no, okay. Wait till there's no police. Wait till the lights go out. And we gonna see if you don't need no man. And we gonna see, they gonna see a strong man that's over there with lights on, with some food, and they gonna come running with their little stuff, saying, I just need you to take away my reproach. It's gonna happen. They too prideful and haughty. So if you're gonna tell us 7 women gonna take hold of one man, it's been in our DNA, it's been in our heritage. But he cheated on me We love our women so much that we lie to them.
I don't know.
Okay?
I don't know.
This how dumb we are.
NLT.
We love our women so much we lie to them instead of telling them the truth. That's not love, that's hate. So instead of you dealing with another woman, instead of telling your woman if you lie, then they say you cheated on her. But if you go in here and go and tell them, 9 times out of 10, they ain't going nowhere. They catch you. They ain't going nowhere.
41 years of marriage.
They don't want to lose to this other woman. See, and that's the problem with jealousy. These women get raised up to be jealous. They ain't even halfway doing their part right. But then you jealous of me dealing with another woman that's willing to love me the way I want to be loved. I ain't putting you away. You just got to share it. I ain't saying no man. And then how many of y'all ain't got no man? 35, 40 years old, 50, 60, ain't got no man. But when they in their 20s, they strengthening and studying and showing all their stuff.
Yeah.
Building bodies.
On top of that, what he just read, you know, that's a polygamy. The Most High allowed that to happen, but he doesn't allow it to happen. You know what I'm saying? But over here, they tell us we can't do it, but they try to do it. But we couldn't do it, but they try to do it. The Mormons try to do it, but it backfired them. You know what I'm saying? They start messing with
Because they
daughters.
look
And they daughters, their own daughters.
They know there's some nasty freaks.
Exactly.
That's why they get busted. But if they dealt with grown women, they wouldn't even say nothing to them people. They moved all the way to Utah just to be able to do it. They won't say nothing to them because the Mormons got an agreement with the government anyway. But we try to do it. Oh, you cheated on me. No, I'm going to tell you the truth. This is what we discovered. If they're yours, they're yours. I don't give a damn, they can find them. But we got to be honest with these women, man. That's what our problem is. That's why they look at us a certain way. Because I know for a fact, when I was coming up, it was lie. That's all I seen. No man told his woman to their face that he dealt with another woman. Lie. No, the time for lying is over. No, we gonna see if you down with me for real. Because what's the harm? You just jealous.
I think when it comes to that aspect, some women, not all women, some women just can't handle the hard truth like that. And then on top of that, though, some women would get violent with a man. So I don't subscribe to anybody. No. So if a woman hit
a bitch.
If a woman, listen, if a woman hit me, I'm gonna lie back and say, I'm gonna call the police. Hey, listen, she hit me. Hey, listen, because I don't know what else to do. I'm not gonna see what you've been talking, all that. Listen, hey, she hit me, and hey, whatever happens after that. All right. Because like I said, I don't subscribe to hitting women. Okay. So I'm gonna call the people on your ass. But hit me. You know what I'm saying? Now, if this was back in the day, it ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? They ain't no calling the police. You know what I'm saying? And after do you think, hold on, wait. After do you think they call the police? Hell no. Ain't the police.
Niggas was beating ass back in the day.
They beating ass.
I don't subscribe to that, but they were whooping ass.
You know
They was whooping ass.
They was whipping ass.
My brother was so cold-blooded with it, boy, shit. I'm telling you, he one of the coldest pimps in Tulsa.
But when they do that, women get adapt to that. So when they get another man, they do something to that man to make that man to make them. See what I'm saying? See, that's what that right there. That's the condition of the woman, because when you keep beating someone and getting immune to it, and they think that's love, so they get a man. Don't beat them, they think he weak. Oh, you're a weak man.
Yeah.
So, you, and then the man was like, oh, you want me to hit you to show you that I love you? What's wrong with you?
I bet you this. You got 2 wives, 2, 3 wives. You ain't got to hit nobody.
Exactly.
You got to do, I'm finna go carry house.
And that's the reason why the Bible tells us it's better for a man to go to the rooftop or go to the wilderness than to be in the house with a argumentative and contentious
That's why some men
And here's the reason why. If we look at the time that we're in right now, this should be in full force right here, 100% full force. All right, the same scripture, but in another verse. All right, in another version, yeah, the NLT, and it says Isaiah 4:1.
In that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, let us all marry you. You see that?
They're gonna have to fight.
They fight.
Say they're gonna have to fight for you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Now look.
Holding tournaments
Look,
with 7 is
right
worth.
now, the woman is the prize, right? But we really is the true. We are the true prize.
Oh, yeah, I've been saying that. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're trying to keep down.
I mean, look, all our men, Esau got all our men locked up in prison. Not only that, majority of our men turning into goddamn homosexuals.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So these women run around here saying, shit, I like the way that rock feel. I need me a man.
Look at this. This law. This out our laws.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21 and verse 15. If a man have 2 wives,
If a man what?
have 2 wives,
This is in the laws of God in our heritage.
one beloved and another hated, and they have born him children, both the beloved and the hated. And if the firstborn son be hers that was hated, then it shall be when he make his son to inherit that which he had, that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated, which is indeed the firstborn.
So it's saying if you got a first wife and you go get another one, and you have sons by both of them, but you like the second one better, but the first one bore you the firstborn.
Right.
The firstborn is supposed to inherit your stuff.
Right.
It's in our law that you can't give it to the new one, your second wife's son. You got to give it to your first wife's son, even though you hate it, because it's your wife and it's your son. So it's in the law about the law. They would never teach that in Christian church.
Nope.
That's not part of their doctrine. If your doctrine is Mary was born,
That's wrong, but that's what I'm saying though, because it's in the same book, right? So
but
that's
they're
why-
not using the book.
That's why they pick and choose the scriptures that they
God,
wanna.
so God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. And whosoever did, but that's not Bible. Bible say, in the Bible, it tells you to read precept upon precept, line upon line, not here a little and there a little. It tells you how to read it. They gonna get one scripture. See, God is love. Well, God is also a man of war. So what you saying? He ain't both?
Well, so like my grandfather and my grandmother, they was all, devoted Christians. So my granddad was a pastor, and I used to.
Looking at ex-pastor, 20 years or something.
So I know exactly how they formulate when they do their service, right?
Mm-hmm.
They would teach their sermons based off of a certain message, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they want to teach a sermon about love, then they go to the verse about love. If they want to teach a verse about deceit, they go to a verse about deceit. If they want to teach a verse about brothers and sisters and family, it's in the Bible. It's verses on all this stuff. So that's how they formulate their stuff about today's message to the congregation is family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So then
And in any message that they give, they always leaving out the main ingredient. This right here. They say God is love, right? Watch this.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God.
This is the love of God. So God is love, and we gonna love, then this is how we love.
That we keep his commandments. That we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous.
Now, if the pastor ain't teaching laws, statutes, and commandments, then he's not teaching right.
I agree with
If
that.
we teaching love, then you need to be teaching people to keep the commandments. But they don't. They say, but in their doctrine, they said Christ done away with the law when he was crucified on the cross. It don't say that in here. Christ said, if you love me, keep my commandments. They said, no, on these two, on all the law and the prophets, they do away with it. No, they don't. All throughout the Bible, all the way to give me Revelations 22 and
Why are they
14.
saying that though?
Because they teaching another doctrine.
Well, no.
I know the question. Yeah, I can answer that.
Okay.
Because they go to these cemetery
Yep,
schools.
seminary,
and-
theologian.
No, cemetery.
Cemetery,
Because
dead
they
school.
teach them to teach their own people purposely death. Because that's what we get. Either you keep the law, statutes, and commandments and live, or you leave them and die.
Get Baruch for one.
Rule 1:1.
Watch this. We can give you these two. We already showed you that the messenger of the Lord should teach the knowledge, right? Which is the law. Look, God's love is keeping the commandments. They go together, law, statutes, commandments. This is how you get into the kingdom.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 22 and verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city.
Everybody's main objective is to get into the kingdom of God. That's the ticket.
Right there. That is.
But they not teaching. This is Revelation.
But also in the Bible, it says repent then.
That's part of the
Yeah,
process.
repent, and then you know, pretty much your sins will be forgiven.
No,
Right?
not if you keep sinning.
Well, but that's the thing though. That's the thing though. Who determines? Hold on, wait.
Listen.
Who determines if we keep doing what we're doing if we repent? Because we are sinning people. Who determines if we?
What's sin, though?
I got it.
If we just can't get right, we just can't get right.
You.
But when we repent to God, we're like, God,
Watch this.
I done messed up. Please forgive me.
Then you're a liar.
Well, you ain't a liar. You
Yes,
just
you are.
no, you ain't a liar because you can
If
literally
you repent and keep doing the same type of stuff, you are a liar.
no, you can literally have a problem though. See, that's another thing too. We don't want to address the problem either. Some of our people have a problem.
This is the problem. That they don't love their own people. That's what the commandments are. That's what teaches us to love each other. And when you don't do it, you don't know how to love. You don't know how to love your wife according to the way God intended. You don't know how to love your children. Check this out. In this country, they scare parents from disciplining their children. So now these children are little monsters. The Bible tells you to discipline your children.
Right.
Whoop it on that thigh. They say, no, don't whoop your children. This is what Babylon said. But God said to whoop your children. Why? Because it give them discipline and you can guide them in the way that they should go. The Bible tells you to love your wife like Christ loves the church. How can you do that if you don't even know what love is? They not teaching love.
Well, but I agree. So they can't. It's a reason why they tell them not to do that, and the reason why they tell us not to do
So I'm gonna tell you the reason why.
stuff like that because we diverse in America. It's so diverse, right? To where you can literally be in the school with a Catholic boy, a Jewish boy, a Muslim, a Buddhist. So we can't be in the school telling people, hey, do this because they doctrine don't say that.
No, but this is in the household.
Well, the house is different.
Yeah,
that's what
the house
matters.
is different.
Oh, watch this.
The house
Watch
is
this.
different. The house
Watch
is
this.
different.
In the 60s, okay, when I was in junior high school, they wanted to stop the whooping of our parents from whooping us, right? But I be damned, I go there and the white man beat me with paddles and shit, and beat me like he's just swinging a damn baseball,
They beat
like
us.
he's Sosa or some damn body. You know what I'm saying? They beat us in slavery. And that's the same way I wanted to say earlier. That's the reason why all of a sudden the word nigga become a derogatory word because they didn't want us to know, they didn't want nobody to know who the real niggas was.
But they've been calling us that all this time when we couldn't read and write. Now we can figure it out.
Yeah, but now we done figured this thing
And
out.
now, oh, don't say nigger.
We don't give a damn
That's
about it.
the
Because
N-word.
We're not black.
The
So
N-
we don't give a damn about the word nigger.
That's right.
Because we're not black. They called us that back in the day. Read this out. This is what the problem is right here.
This is the book of
If
Baruch.
you don't teach laws, statutes, and commandments, this is what you teach the people.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1.
Hold on, read this first.
This is 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4.
Watch this, bro.
Whoso
Hold on, before you read.
Yo.
What's sin? Brother,
What is sin according to God? What is sin?
yes, sir.
I mean, in my own definition, sin is anything that's
I got it right here.
not God.
Okay. So he gave us commandments, right? If you keep the commandments, then you doing what God told us to do. And we'll reap the blessings. But if we don't, it's called sin. Watch it.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4.
Yes, sir.
Whosoever committed sin transgressed also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law.
So if you break God's laws, you are in sin. See, the problem with that is the heathens are already in sin. They wasn't giving God's law. We were giving God's law. So if you got some people that's jealous of you and want to see your downfall, like the Bible tells you, if we don't keep them, these things are going to happen. It's curses on us. Because it's simple too. If you hate me and I hate you, can we build something together? It's not happening. Niggas don't, they don't agree, they don't work together. So if we was Israelites, when we started turning into niggas, you can see why we lost everything that we had. Because we not listening to each other. We can't have a conversation. We can't be diplomatic. We can't negotiate. We can't do nothing but if you don't agree with me and I don't agree with you, then we don't mess with each other. I don't mess with that nigga. But the Bible tells us how to reconcile with one another because we're brothers. But they don't teach that. You got to teach God's law because it's in the law that thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
That's right.
That's law. That you can't break that or you going into sin. Right? And also, there's the other aspect of it when you don't know the laws of God. Read.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1.
This is big. This is the physical when we hate each other and we ain't got nothing. This is the spiritual part.
This is the book of the commandments of Yahweh.
See, the first thing is this ain't no Bible. Bible means collection of books. Ain't white man named that in Latin. This is the book of the commandments of God. That's what this is.
In the law that endured forever.
See how they go together? So they say the law done away with. God said it endures forever. Read on.
All they that keep it shall come to light.
Say that again.
All they that keep it shall come to light.
Nigga, did I get you trying to keep God's law? The Sabbath is the seventh day. You going to church on Sunday. Why? I want to keep you spiritually dead. I'm going to have you worshiping this white man who, that's idolatry. I'm going to keep you spiritually dead. Because if you keep the laws, you're going to be spiritually alive and you know who you are. And God going to fight for you. But if I keep you spiritually dead, you're not going to have nothing. Because it's in the curses of Deuteronomy. Go to Deuteronomy 28 and 1. Read this.
But such as leave it shall die.
But if you leave God's laws, you are spiritually dead. Read on.
1 John chapter, I'm just going to get precept to that. Okay, all right. All right, turn thee, O Jacob.
Who?
Turn thee, O Jacob.
Jacob was our forefather.
And take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated.
Did it tell everybody to take hold of these laws and commandments? Jacob is our forefather who was renamed Israel, is who we named after. It told us to take hold of it. Read on.
Verse 3, give not thine honor to another, nor the things that is profitable unto thee to a strange nation.
This is our book. Why would God say it's for everybody? If he just said, give not the things that's profitable to you to a strange nation. So God can't love everybody. He's telling the Israelites not to give the things that's profitable unto them to the strange nation. And all the other nations are strange to us. That's what Gentile means. Read on.
O Israel.
Oh, who?
O Israel.
Oh, who?
O Israel.
Oh, the whole world.
O Israel.
Yes, sir.
Happy are we,
Watch this.
for the things
That are pleasing to God are made known unto us.
See, that's what they mad. He chose us. And the things that's pleasing to the Creator is made known unto us. It wasn't given to everybody else. So watch this.
Be of good cheer, my people. The memorial of Israel. Ye were sold to the nations.
Hold on. After all that, he tells us we were sold to the nations. The Moors, what was that? Sub-Saharan slave trade. When we picked up Islam and we became Moors, transatlantic slave trade, the conquering of North and South America, Central America, where we from also, that's part of the slavery, right? The white folks in Israel wasn't put in slavery. They financed the slave trade. So that's how we know it and talk about them. They wasn't taken to Egypt where black people was living before Alexander conquered. They wasn't put in slavery. We just become evilest people on earth.
Well, no, they have their own slaves.
The Jewish people was not in slavery. You know what I'm saying? They never was in slavery. Those, they from Europe.
Which Jews?
The ones that say they the Jews.
Fake Jew.
We're the only Jews that's been in slavery. We're the real Jews.
Revelations 2 and 9.
That's what we sitting there trying to tell you now.
No, I know. Because since we're talking about the Jews, we might as well talk about the real ones and the fake ones because they need to listen.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because
like this making sense right here, right? He said that we lead the commandments, which is literally what makes us a nation too.
Yeah.
It tells us what we need to do, our high holy days, how we need to dress, what we need to eat. It's our heritage. If we listen to it, we will be a people. And we always doing it. But now I want to see what the Asians doing. I want to see, especially the white man. They love to see what the white man doing.
No.
But they don't know what their own stuff's telling them to do, right? Read on.
Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved God to wrath. Move God to wrath.
It's the Most High God off. Because we made a covenant with him. And he told us in Deuteronomy 28:1 and 15, what was going to happen. If we kept the commandments, we will be above all people on the face of the earth. But if we didn't keep it, we was going to have these curses, right? Read on.
Ye were delivered unto the enemy. To the enemy.
I know you know this, brother. Who was our main enemy outside of ourselves, of the other nations? Who was we sold to? Who brought us over here?
Well, America, the Europeans.
The Edomites, the white, so-called white folks, right? What did God call them?
Your enemies.
All throughout the Bible, it's the same people between Esau and Jacob who've been our enemies. Esau and Jacob were brothers. Esau is the progenitor of the so-called white race. Jacob is the progenitor of the Israelites. Esau been trying to kill Jacob their whole life, since they was in the womb. They've been trying to kill, they got a perpetual hatred towards us. This is what our Bible teaches us, man. Came out of the Caucasus Mountains.
And I said that because between the two, they're white.
Are they white?
No.
That's white. Her shirt.
My shirt is white. Well, okay.
See, that's psychological. Look at this. No, hold on.
That's a technical term.
But no. It's psychological game. Somebody telling you can see the sky is blue, but they keep teaching you it's green. You're like, no, I'm looking right at it. Some people looking right at it can't see. Black people are looking right at so-called white people and can't see they ain't white. They call themselves rednecks. And we still call them white. They are red. That's how they...
Pink skin.
Are you black, right?
Are you black? I mean, for the sake of this conversation, no, but
That's the truth, though.
the
truth is the matter.
Because
You're not
black. Like,
so why would these people? So why would the people say?
Because it's just an identifier. Like,
No, it's not.
It's a byword.
It's a byword.
okay, it is a byword. But when we say black people, we know we
But we did what we doing.
Even though we know that we ain't black
Watch
like
it.
that.
Watch it. Watch it.
Right.
Excuse me. What's your nationality? What is your nationality?
I don't know my nationality.
You don't know your
That's a truthful man right there.
right there. What's your nationality, sir? African American.
I don't think that's
That's now the
not a
nationality.
But that's what these
Hey, you ever
bywords.
been? Hey, was you going to Africa?
No.
You were going over here in America, right?
Yeah.
You'll have to be going to two different places. Africa, first of all, is a continent.
Exactly.
It's not even a country. It's a continent.
With
You know
many
what I'm saying?
countries.
So you can't be African. You ain't never stepped foot on the soil. And we not Africans. Africans come from Ham. We come from Shem. And they don't. That's why they don't claim black folks. Because they know we come from
We
Shem.
come from Shem.
The niggas that
All
went
the
into slavery
slaves
come from
from
Shem. Because the Hamites was the one pushing us to the boat, to the coast of no return,
Right.
to sell us to the white man.
You think
They didn't
Ham
just
sent
pick
his
those
people?
anybody.
You think they sold their people to the white man? Hell no. They sold these that was wearing.
I don't think that they willingly.
No,
No,
they
no.
didn't sell their people. They sold these that was wearing
This is our
this.
garments. This is what we wear on
This
our
is what we wear on the garments, and that's how we was identified as the Israelites.
Exactly.
Because it's a
This is by
commandment of Yah.
design. Ain't nothing happened
Yes.
by accident.
Yes.
The same way they keep the Moors out of Spain and the Jews.
That's right.
Why they keep them out together? Why would they conquer? Why they conquer Spain and Portugal together? They all was black, but some was in the Christianity and some was in the Islam, but they still was Israelites. And because they was doing another religion, the Most High let them get kicked out of Spain. They took it back and they started the Renaissance era. Now, why would the white man need a Renaissance era? An illumination period? Because we had their ass in subjection during what they called the Dark Ages. And why would they call it the Dark Ages? Because we was ruling Europe. That's how the Moors was ruling in Spain.
Well, yeah.
King James, that authorized the translation of the Bible, was a black man.
Yeah.
But they keep saying he's white. Who teach that? The Christian church teach that.
Well,
He's not white.
The proof is in the pudding because if you go to the Vatican, they have images of black. You know what I'm saying?
The thing about that is
the
that's still
Pope,
trickery.
the Pope
That's
knows.
still trickery because that Madonna that they got up there,
page is this?
that's Samaram, that's Oscars. It's stuff. And baby Jesus is taboo. That's why they do Christmas. They still doing mystery religion Babylon because the Madonna
So what do they
had to
say
be
they
black
are?
because she come from Babylon back in the day. The white man didn't have no religion. He took the religion. You know what I'm saying? They was doing Nordic stuff and worshiping Yona. What's the Viking god?
Oh, Thor and
Thor and all them.
yeah,
That's why they were beefing with the Vikings.
Odin.
They was worshiping the same thing. And then they became Christians and Anglo-Saxons, and then they started fighting each other. Right. It was about power. The same way Russia and America fighting each other. All of the Edomites, white folks, but they fighting for supremacy against each other. Just been since the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? They conquered us. The white man is a conqueror. Ain't nobody else on the planet went and took a whole continent and named themselves after it and act like you wasn't never there and said they discovered it. And there's millions of niggas there, and you said you discovered it. It's a thriving civilization going on. Oh, we messed around and bumped into it. Christopher Columbus knew goddamn well we was over here. He came with translators and everything.
That's right.
They
That's
knew
right.
Hebrew.
Bring it out.
They
Bring
knew
it out.
where we was at. The lost tribes, they say the lost tribes of Israel. No, they got lost because they kept persecuting us. So they got lost and came to the Americas. And the Egyptians was coming to America. The Chinese was coming to America. It was trade going on. They act like wasn't nothing going on. That's a goddamn lie. We came over here on boats, not the slave boats. We had our own boats. The Egyptians came over here. The Chinese came over here. You know what I'm saying? So they try to act like when they discovered it, that's the beginning of everything. That's why when they teach history, they start at Alexander the Greek. They don't talk about nothing. That's why they try to discredit the Bible. But you see, I just pulled they man out of the Bible. Out of the Apocrypha, what they call the Hebrew books. That's the Greek captivity of the Israelites. They not hidden. They just tried to hide. You know what I'm saying? But they history in there entangled with all. So that's why they had to say, they the white man, we the black man. because they don't want you to know who they are, and they don't want you to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? You would never be able to easily find out how the Roman Empire started.
Well, it started in Chile.
It started with
Chile. Who came out of Chile?
and
Esau.
Alexander. So they was Grecian at first. Then they turned themselves to what? Romans.
and check this out.
That's all it was.
The Grecians, before Alexander, was another race of people.
Yep.
But they allowed the white man to come rule over them.
Yep.
Esau wouldn't even let his own people rule over them. He went and got somebody else to rule over their people. This is in the book of Joshua. You would never know about the white man before Greece, because he's not going to teach you. He's not going to teach none of that, because then he started exposing him for who he really is. It's in the Bible. So if you go read about him, you instantly know who you are. That's what happened with Nat Turner. Nat Turner reading about it, he said, this sound like us. He started reading Exodus, and when we was in slavery in Egypt, that's why he rebelled. He said, this us. But the way we really get out of slavery, keeping God's commandments.
That's right.
Because when you do that, it forms brotherly and sisterly love. If you fear the Most High, you'll keep His commandments, right? And if you keep His commandments, you'll love your brothers and your sisters like Malcolm X did. And if you love them like Christ, you're willing to lay down your life for your nation. Not just your girl, not just your children, not just your family, for the whole nation like he did. He knew he was going to die, but who was he fighting for? Christ knew he was going to die. That's how we know you're a black man. The same shit Americans. The white man ain't never had to put his life on the line to go march for equal rights. He coming in your shit, and he taking over. And if you ain't in agreement with him, he knocking your ass off, and he putting somebody else in there that's going to agree with him. That's the conqueror. All throughout the world, this man went to South Africa and started calling himself a goddamn African. This man went to Australia. Everybody knows Aborigines in Australia. And he started saying he the Australian. He started saying he the Native American. He started saying he the Jewish man. This is his history. They wasn't they Spanish because the ISH on the end of it means to pertain to. They're Jewish because it means to pertain to. The real Jews, you know what I'm saying? They're not Jews anyway. They're Israelites. They just use that. Watch this. Watch what Christ said.
This is the book of Deuteronomy. Revelation.
Let him hear this, Joe.
Chapter 2 and verse
I'm just
9.
elaborating for you.
I know thy works and tribulation and poverty.
All right there. Is the Jewish people in poverty?
Good answer, bro.
Good answer.
Good answer.
But thou art rich.
Black people is rich in the faith of God. That's what makes us rich. When you truly lean on the Creator, truly lean on the Creator, He gonna show you His works. That's what black people don't do. How can you truly lean on your Creator if you worship a white man? Says the boy. You can't, because you're in the wrong direction. Read on.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
This is Christ. If you know the history of Christ and these goddamn Jewish folks that was back there back then, King Herod was a so-called white man. He was an idol. He was ruling over us because of the Romans. So the white people, we pumped them into coming into our so-called religion. So they amongst us in Judea. The Romans started calling everybody in Judea Jews, black or white, right? So when they conquered us in 70 AD, the Jewish folks took our heritage, and the Romans took the book and tried to say, oh, this is for everybody. They both conquered us. So he said, I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews
and are not.
Christ said these people's committing blasphemy by even saying they Jews, because they not the Jews. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
But are the synagogue of Satan.
Christ called them the synagogue of Satan. You got to know history, and you got to know your opponent. These people right now, Netanyahu trying to start war with them, but he already started. That's why he's trying to push Iran and Hezbollah into a war. That's psycho, but it's not psycho, because they got a plan just like they had in World War I. They had a plan. If you give a people a contract and say, we're going to give you this land, you got to make it happen. So the way they made it happen was in World War I, they went to war against the Ottoman Empire, which are the Arabs. They broke up the Ottoman Empire. Now you got Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, all these different nations. And once they got Sunnis and Shiites. Now we can give them the land. So now we got to settle up. World War II. We're going to get some sympathy for him and act like Hitler done murdered him. He the worst person on the planet, even though there's way more worse people than Hitler. He killed white folks. Yeah, which one is worse? Hitler killing greedy ass Jewish people, or America dropping 2 bombs on Japan after they already the war is over. When they was showing strength to Russia, why you didn't drop them on Russia? You dropped them on the people that you already conquered. So America is worse than Hitler because they took on the Hitler traits. They took Hitler scientists. They took the military men, they let the officers go, they let them go to Brazil and Belize and Argentina. Why do we know this? Because it's the truth. And what happened to Hitler? They say he killed himself. Where the proof at? Where the proof at? The goddamn Catholic Church was helping him. So these people run a game like a mug to get what they want.
The Bush family was helping Hitler.
So now we go World War III. This is prophesied. Who's spearheading the World War III conflict? Netanyahu. Why? Because the Zionist rabbis told him, we need to hurry up so our Messiah can come. They want to conquer all that Syria. They want to conquer Iraq. They want all that land. That's what they pushing for, Jewish supremacy over the Arabs. But see, and the reason why he's doing it, because the Israelis own America, the AIPAC. They own the Congress. They done finance all the people in there. That's why this country ain't never gonna be shit, because you can lobby the politicians. You can bribe the politicians legally. So we don't stand a chance, because we ain't got no deep pockets to go in there and say, for this project right here, we'll pay you to put this bill up. Big oil, big pharma, banking. These is the ones who got the money to do this thing, man.
Get up, brother, from.
These people, so we'll never win, because what you're saying first, when we first started the conversation. What's this country really? A republic. But they run it like a corporation. Exactly, so it's about the money. And what they doing with the money? They giving it all away to who? To Ukrainians and to the Israelis. They done gave the Israelis $18 billion this year to fight a war to commit genocide. And it's nothing for them, because they've been committing genocide for a long time. And they defending these people with rigor. Don't say nothing about the Jews. Don't say nothing. These are evil. Christ called them the synagogue of Satan. Why? They don't use this. They say they use the Torah. But if you read the Talmud, they disrespected Christ. Because in the Bible, they were having altercations. And Christ was tearing them up. So in their Talmud, they respond to that. And they disrespect Christ. You know what I'm saying? If anybody want to challenge Christ as a real man, it's written in the Romans record, it's written in the Jewish record, it's written in our record. But who knows what type of man they gonna try to discredit? A black man. Every single time. If Christ was a white man, they would have welcomed him. If he wore the Greek garments like he got in the Catholic Church, how the hell Christ was a Hebrew Israelite, but he was wearing Greek garments? See what I'm saying? Right in your face, they lie to you. Yep. They tell you we going around the sun, and how many thousands of miles?
On top of that, the Jewish, they over there, they in a wall, praying against the wall. But you say that you are the real children of the Most High God, why you praying on the wall? For a wall for it. That don't make sense.
Yeah. And that's like that?
Yeah.
But them the wickedest people on the planet. They committed genocide. That's why they don't got no credibility no more. They committed genocide against the Palestinian people. Same way America tried to commit genocide against us, and they could not exterminate us because we God's people.
That's right. That's right. We baby kids. We don't die. We multiply.
Yes.
And then watch this here too. We can ask 13 different white folks tonight.
That's true.
What do you think about going over there, Israel and Palestine? You know what they'll say?
I can't speak on that.
Gag order in America.
against speaking on
But
them.
we
over there.
financing it.
Yeah.
We finance it, but they can't speak on it. You know what I'm saying? They giving away all the money and we can't do nothing about
We
it.
can't do nothing about
Taking
it.
our taxes. Taking
Making you
our
work.
taxes.
Take
Send
the
it over
taxes,
there.
send it over there to Israel to Netanyahu.
For real.
Then you get your 40 acres in a mule? Huh? You got a job, don't you? Yes, it is. They gave your ass 40 hours and made your ass the mule. Huh?
They not see what's wrong with brothers. It's plain and they not white. They are red. They come different shades of
Genesis
red.
25.
Watch this.
See, we know where they come from. And we know they was caveman and Neanderthal. And the continent. It's pains of Europe. Yeah, and it's pains of
That's
us.
where they sending all the money to.
It's pains in Europe of us in the castles. White people in the castles.
They the real king.
Yes, it's us in the castles, and they coming out the woods butt naked. Because who's going to fight a butt naked man? And who the only person to do some nasty shit like that? The white man come out with his little thing dangling. Come to paint on his face now. He like, we royalty in this mud.
Why is so the Bible got a lot of books in it, even some that was in it, but they didn't before. Is these the lost books right?
Some of them are still in there. Some of them are still in there.
This one, 14 of them.
But he's not there.
I got him up.
Oh yeah, because I was going to say because it's like you gotta ask yourself when they present us with a whole text, right? And they say, here, read this. But then they don't know right? They don't need the whole thing. They need to start once, like once you become of age. Because obviously,
That's a good statement.
obviously, when you're young, you ain't gonna know this. But when you come of age, you start doing your own due diligence and looking up. You're like, wow, man, like.
Now check this out.
The book, you know.
I promise you, if you don't know who you are, you don't understand the Bible. You don't even know what you read. Yeah, you can read. You don't know where these places are. You don't know who these people are. Because you don't even know who you are now. But if you find out that this your people, they make it real easy to understand. Because you start seeing the repetition that happened to us that's happening. It make it real easy when you start seeing it in real life. Our sisters acting like this, they already acted like this before in another captivity. You know what I'm saying? Brothers acting like this, it already happened before in another captivity. It's history. It's telling you what happened in the Babylonian. It tells us what happened in Babylon. It tells us what happened in Persia. It tells us what happened in Rome. It tells us what happened every time we went into slavery. So it get more in depth of what the 66 books in the book of Joshua start giving you more in depth, and Moses was just giving a paraphrase of the history. Look at other prophets was writing about the history. Look at Josephus, right? He was a historian. He's writing about Jewish history during the time of the Romans. We was historians of our own stuff. So we got way more books. As a nation, we only got a few books. Hell, Israel wrote 210 books by itself. And God said, take these 100 and some odd books and give it to the worthy and the unworthy. That's the Bible. That's like the Bible. Everybody got the Bible. And then you start getting into these books and getting into other Israelite books, they got a hard problem understanding because the other books that he had to say and sample was for the men to understand. The only way you gonna gain understanding, you gotta learn how to put on Christ and love your people, like Malcolm X did. But this place teaches us to hate each other, which is the opposite of what God told us to do. 1 John 4:20, and I'm passing the brother. Watch this. This is crucial to everything we talking about when it comes to love, right? Because you gonna when you hear this, you gonna think about it and be like, damn, my people is some liars. They do this. Say, I turn the light this way. Yo, turn the light this way. Watch this, brother.
This is the book of 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20.
There we go.
If a man say, I love God,
You love God?
and hated his brother.
You hate any of your people? That's what brothers do. They hate, our people hate each other. The sisters hate brothers.
Are you talking about what you say? Are you talking about like that?
I'm fucking that nigga. With no reconciliation. If he messed you over one time, you don't give him no forgiveness. Ain't no forgiveness. It ain't, but most people don't. That's what Christ, learn to put on Christ. You learn to forgive these folks, because then you start understanding why they like this. That's where you get to. Malcolm X was forgiving his folks because he found out why we was like this. We not like this for no reason. It's by design. Read on.
If a man say that he loved God and hated his brother,
all these Christians that go to church don't even know how to love God, but they say they love God, right? Read on.
he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he had seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen?
A bunch of Christian lies out here. How you go? You gotta be like Christ. You gotta be like Malcolm X. You gotta be like Martin Luther King. You gotta be like Medgar Evers. You gotta love your brothers, whether they ignorant or not, because you understand why they like it. Single parent homes, raised by their mama, poverty. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of factors that play into it while we ignorant to who we are.
I'm glad the Most High gave me this experience. You said your grandfather was a pastor, right? So that means your grandmother was first lady, right? All right. So didn't you sit as a little boy? You would sit on the pulpit, on the pews, and you would see Miss Hazel can't stand to sit by Joanne over there, right? This is the hatred that sisters have for one. Yeah, a lot of gossipers, and that's sin. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up.
James 3:1.
Okay, and in verse 21, and this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God love his brother also.
Yeah, see that's in the New Testament. They not teaching that. If the Christian church was the way, it's a million Christian churches in the black community. Millions. And from where I'm from, they right on the same corner with each other. But the crime rate and the murder rate is high as hell.
That's because that's by design as well.
But the pastors who's supposed to be responsible for teaching us is not, because they teach another doctrine. They teach a prosperity gospel. Read this out. Watch this.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22 and 36. Master, which is the great commandment in the law? He asks about the law, right? It ain't done away with. He asks Christ about the law. So it's not done away with, especially at that time. Read on. Jesus said unto him, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind.
He asked, what's the greatest commandment? The first one is to love God, right? But remember what God said in 1 John? How you gonna say you love God who you have not seen, but hate your brother who you see? We go to the second greatest commandment. They intertwine.
This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto thee. Thou shalt love thy neighbor and thyself.
Right there. So, you gotta love your brothers and sisters to love God. Because if you say you love them and you hate your people like most of us did and do, you a liar. Because you don't even love them. So you can't love God. And watch what the Christian church try to twist. That's the true meaning of that right there. Read on.
On these two commandments, hang all the law and the prophets.
See, Christ done away with the law. No. You can't even get to the rest of the commandments if you hate your brother. Ain't no purpose of doing it. Ain't no purpose of keeping no Passover, no Sabbath. You already have committed one of the biggest offenses you can commit, and that's murder. If you mentally hate your brother, that's you a murderer in your own heart. So, 1 John 3:16. So he said, on these two commandments, 1 John, on these two, hang all the law and the prophets. So you can't go and collect $200. You can't move forward if you can't accomplish loving each other. That's the biggest thing that we have to learn. That's what Christ was showing us. He was an example that we should follow. And what they teach you in America. What they paying these rappers to do and say. To hate one another. It's more rappers that's getting killed and going to jail than a lot. It's a hazardous occupation. Why would anybody want to be a rapper? It's one of those hazardous occupations you can have. I want to be an entertainer. We the only entertainers that kill each other. The rock and rollers ain't killing each other. They may kill themselves with overdose, but they not killing each other. The blues players ain't killing each other. The jazz players ain't killing each other. The orchestra people. Exactly. Read this, bro.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, and verse 16.
Right here. 14.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, and verse 14.
Remember we read about if you keep the commandments, you come to life spiritually. But if you leave it, you die, right? This is spiritual. Those are how people spiritually dead.
We know that we have passed from death unto life.
How you pass from death unto life? How you alive and pass from death to life? It's talking spiritual.
Because we love the brother. Because we love the brother.
You learn to take this hate off that America talks to be like Stephen in the Django movie, to hate each other. When you get that off your brain, when you get white Jesus off your brain, Christianity off your brain, and you learn how to put on Christ, and you love your brother, you know you can pass from sin. You know?
He that love not, he that, we know that we have passed from death unto life, because we love the brother.
Malcolm X had passed from death to life. Read on.
He that loved not his brother abiding in death.
So if you love your brother, you'll abide in death, right? Read on.
Whosoever hates his brother is a murderer.
What?
Whosoever hates his brother is a murderer.
So if the white man got this book, right, and he in the Willie Lynch, he got to divide us. Age, color, anything you can do. So if he red, he blue. I'm gonna make y'all hate each other because of color. It was started for a whole different reason, but they got infiltrated, and now niggas hate each other for color. Why? So they can be hated. This was by design. So as long as we crippling and bloody, as long as we hating on the light skin, dark skin, as long as we hating about any kind of thing on each other, you spiritually dead, and they taught us this is in the Willie Lynch. This is literally in the Willie Lynch. Teach them to hate each other according to anything. He started with the letter A and started with A. We gonna start with A right here. It says, take the simple little. Hold it. Watch it. Willie Lynch.
Top.
Yeah.
Take this simple little list of differences.
Differences. That's all it takes. Simple differences have broken our nation. So that we disagree, we should be able to be in and agree to disagree and keep it pushing as brothers. But nope, I ain't messing with that nigga no more. Now we fighting over colors, streets that we don't even own and stuff. Read on.
And think about them. On top of my list is age, but it is there only because it starts with an A. The second is color or shade.
Dark skin nigga, the light skin nigga, the house nigga, the field nigga. They implemented this into us. We was the same people. Now, you from the north side, I'm from the south side. We beat. You stay on O Block, I stay on 63rd. We stay in the same goddamn city. But we divided up because they taught us this, right? To hate each other. Read on.
And ye know that no murder has eternal life abiding in him.
And they know the spiritual that we're fighting, forget the fleshy and the earth. Spirituality is the biggest thing that matters. So if we keep these niggas from spiritually loving each other, we can keep this subjection. That's what this is all about. But God told us this.
Hereby perceive we the love of God.
The love of God. So if they don't teach the love of God, they should be teaching this.
Because he laid down his life for us.
Christ laid down his, Christ is not God. He's the Son of God, just like we the Son of God. Christ laid down his life. Malcolm X laid down his life. Martin Luther King laid, they knew they were going to die. They knew it. They laid down their life for it.
And we ought to lay down our life for the brethren.
So for our nation, if you really love your people, if you really learn to put on Christ, you'll be willing to lay down your life. Whether it's to go to war for your people, or to spiritually go to war for your people, come out here and teach them who they are. Because if anybody come up, we could be a danger from anything. You know what I'm saying? We could be in danger before, but we ain't worried about it because we come from these same streets. So when we teach our people who they are, these brothers out here with me, I know they really my brothers because they willing to lay down their life for me. For real, for real. And if you build a nation of that, like China, 2-3 million people, don't fuck with them. Don't fuck with them. They ain't really gonna mess with them. They're right next to all they know. Don't mess with 2-3 billion people. You know what I'm saying? They ready too. That's how we supposed to be. But we can't be doing that if we ain't accept the thing. If you're a Moor, and he a Christian, and I'm an Israelite, we on 3 different things. And the Million Man March showed that. And two walk together unless they be agreed.
So, like with that, so, like, me, I judge a person off of 3 things, right? Off the.
You mean you judge?
I don't, well, not judge.
No, it's okay to judge. I just.
I look at a person and I kind of look at them in the category
There's none good but one. That's the Most High.
You can't say Most High because the Most High is not a person.
So we doing
Back in 1918.
We doing satanic rituals on the sidewalk over here.
Look, none of these people are really good. Because what's the standard for good? If God created everything, he set the standard, right? Not the white man don't set the standard for good because he's an evil, wicked son of a bitch. He can never set the standard for good because he's a murderer. He done murdered more people than anybody on this planet. So the standard for...
I like your sign.
Not ours.
Because good...
When I said, about a person, right? Because God is not a person, right?
The Bible said God's a man of war.
Go to Matthew 5 and
Wouldn't that be a
28.
person?
Wait. There
Is
would
he
be
just a
other
spirit?
ways.
Hold up, I got it.
There would be a person, but that's an advanced tense.
But check this out. All right, I got your answer. You need to be good in your spirit. See, we ain't talking flesh no more. We talking spirit.
Okay.
Everything we've been talking spirit. So watch this.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 48. Be therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
So Christ told us to be perfect like the Father, right? If we not in the spirit, we can't even begin to do that. Because these people here say, you can't be perfect. You can't be perfect by whose standards? These people's standards, they don't know it. They don't know nothing perfect. Your standard of perfect might be this. It might be that. But we going about the creator of what perfect is. And Christ told us to be like him in the spirit, perfect, right? But these people say you can't be perfect because they don't know spirit. That love we was talking about, that's the perfection that he talked about. Because if I love brothers that hate me, and I love brothers that love me, I'm completing a circle. And I'm forgiving them brothers for hating me because they know not what they do. And I'm not going to recompense them back for they can be all they want. The key is what you don't do. I'm going to be perfect like the Father which is in heaven.
We talked about this earlier, because right or wrong, God is not good to everybody.
No.
So in retrospect, is God perfect? And the S that when I just said.
Right here, read this.
If I'm not good, if I'm God, and I'm not good to this person, right?
Again, that's his choice.
That is his choice.
Romans
Hold on,
9.
wait, no, that you absolutely right. That is his choice.
Mhm. If you love your brothers, like you just read, you can't hate.
Look, okay.
Because that's the stay on the perfection that he is talking about.
We're talking about perfect, right? A perfect person. A perfect being. That means no that means no shaking their ground.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read it. Can you be perfect and just love your people? Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Yes, we wasn't never meant to love everybody on the planet. Nobody has ever loved everybody on the planet. You love murderers? You love pedophiles? You love Catholic priests?
I don't. Okay, look.
Because it's people who live.
Wait. I don't think it's about the actual. I just like you don't love them to the capacity like that. You love them to the capacity. You know what? You did what you go. You did what you did. You go deal what you gonna deal with. But at the end of the day,
that's what the Christianity
as an ex-pastor, I know why you think that way. And let me tell you what the Bible says.
Let me read this. This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 17. That the man of God may be perfect. Oh, no one perfect. I ain't perfect. Oh, ain't nobody perfect but Jesus. And there's so many men in the Bible perfect. Thoroughly furnished unto all good works.
And those good works is towards the see. The thing is, it wouldn't be a magnifying glass on black people hating black people if it wasn't the most significant thing that's going on. It ain't about black people hating no other race. It's black people hating black people. That's the breaking of the law. You got to say, if we go to war, you got to hate your opponent. You got to. How can you go to war against somebody if you don't hate him? But the white man can do it. He's gonna conquer you, don't give a damn nowhere. But if somebody come attack us and we go defend ourselves against them because they hate us, we can hate them back. Because ain't no love lost. But us is the key. Forget the rest of the world. Because we are world to ourselves and don't know it. So within our world, it benefits us to love one another and to listen to our ancestors on how to fix the problems that's going to break us up. Because it already happened too many times. That's why we ain't got a country. That's why we ain't got black people ain't got no homeland. Black people ain't got no military. Black people ain't got no financial system. Why everybody else got one, but we ain't got one? Man, why are we the only people they don't want to succeed?
Because they don't want to. Malcolm X said they don't want to rise with the black society, right? Somebody, because they don't want us to rise above them.
Why?
Why?
Because if we do, then it's going to shake their ground, and they're going to eventually be at the bottom.
Exactly. But it's just us. Because everybody else got countries, they in alliances with a whole bunch of countries. They beefing with China, but they gonna talk to them first.
And the crazy thing about what I just said is we still can do that. It's just that we don't want to. We too thrown over. Oh, like you this, you that. I can't. It's only us.
We're really lynched.
At the end of the day, like. Us three share one thing right now. Without even share the fact that we share the same, right? So just off of that, without even knowing that, you are automatically my brother.
Is the acronym the brother?
Absolutely.
Nope.
Only without talking to him.
No, he's not.
Without even talking to you, I could have assumed that you was African.
No, you could.
Yes, I could.
No, you couldn't. You know
we not
I know a nigga.
Africans don't.
I know my brother. We got different bone structures in our face.
I know some Africans right now. If I had them right here, you'll make you out of Chicago.
He might be Israelite. We still in Africa. Have you heard of the evil tribe? Those are Israelites that live in Africa. They didn't take every single Israelite out of Africa, but they took a lot of them. They're still Israelites.
Although they are Israelites, you still can't get the fact that they still represent. It's not about what you talk about what you way.
But check this out. No matter where they at, they keep the law of sexual members like we are. Because that's what the Israelites gonna do. We scatter all throughout the earth. And as an Israelite, it don't matter where you at, we still gonna keep God's laws. And that's how we got unity. That's our common denominator right there. Yeah, that's why we out here teaching. We ain't out here for no other people. Why would we be out here for everybody when the only people ain't got nothing is the black man? That's the same reason Christ is out there. That's the same reason Isaiah was out there. That's the same reason Paul was out there. Zechariah. That's the same reason Moses went to go get the people out of Egypt and bring them out of slavery and started our nation. That's the same thing got to happen again. Because we in Egypt again. We in Egypt, we in Babylon. This is captivity. And our people don't know who they are. We knew more in the Egyptian captivity than we know now. They done dumbed us down to the T. But the Most High gonna bring us back up. That's why you standing right here right now. We ain't no dummies, man. You ain't no dummy. All you gotta do is get the pieces of the puzzle.
Even the white men know who the Africans is, and they know who he is, and they know which ones is Israelites, and they know which ones ain't.
And they know the Native Americans is Israelites.
That's right.
That's why they infiltrated it and started calling themselves $5 Indians, but they ain't calling themselves, they are $5 Indians. Because they took the little $5 and bought a little thing, rearranged the whole Native American structure. The structure that they got today is not the way that they
I tell every so-called black person, they don't have to. That's like, if you want to, because if I ask you where you're from,
I'll say you tell so long.
If I ask you where you're born,
Before the truth, before I got into the truth, well, after, I'm going to tell you this.
It's true.
Oh, no.
Bro, it's
I ain't talking about this. What I'm saying,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is this, right? What I mean by that.
Yeah,
What I mean by that is this.
Make it make sense.
You have to do
No.
Yes,
No,
absolutely.
the
Now,
big
You're the
round.
biggest loud in the planet.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
How? If that's, hold on, wait. If that's
Who running the DNA?
Hold on, wait. If that's the biggest line on the planet, how would your son
What you mean?
No.
If you at the house and you impregnate your
Wait,
woman,
wait,
the only way you gonna have confusion is you ain't living with your woman.
I'm talking about DNA.
I ain't do no DNA on my kids.
I didn't either. But I'm just saying, since the DNA, the biggest is one of the.
My
DNA
son, I guarantee you.
I know he yours. I'm just
No. He know he mine. And I
And
don't
you don't
and
know.
I'ma know
Hey,
he
you-
mine
I know
because
you got
that
children?
Negro is
You
me.
got children. Did you feel it? That they yours? But you felt it. I done had women come to me and I'm pregnant. And you be like, you a goddamn lie. I know you ain't pregnant. Hold on.
Why? Because I was always told that, hey, mama's baby, daddy's baby. So,
But and you know why? And you know why?
And that's
But
what we
hold
been
on.
talking.
I was in the military for a number of years, and it's the truth. because
It is true. It is true. You know why? You wanna know why? Because ain't no order. If everything in order, you ain't gonna have to do no DNA.
You ain't got a question as to mama's baby.
But if you a man at the house, you ain't got a question if it's your baby. Because you don't know first and foremost. You feel it in your spirit. What type of woman are you dealing with? Another thing, if all these decisions is on you, you know what I'm saying? You can make good decisions where you ain't got to do no DNA and you ain't got to worry about it. Or you can make bad decisions and put yourself in a predicament you got to worry about it. Don't settle with the victim hoes dudes be hitting home, and then of course they want to DNA because they don't trust them. Get a woman you can trust that's loyal. It is hard, but then don't be putting your ride in it. Because if you can't trust them, why would you trust to have a baby? Why would you get them? Why you put your ride in it? You trust them enough to put your ride in it, but you don't trust them enough to marry. That's ass backwards. You these niggas so these niggas so tough, they speaking about rubbish. See? That's then why you do the DNA? You don't trust them? Okay. Understandable. So, but if you marry this woman, I've been with my wife, look, I ain't mad at you. Look, I've been with my wife for 26 years, right? When I got her pregnant the first time, I know exactly when I got her pregnant, right? Hold on, fellas.
I'm 42.
When I got her pregnant the first time, I knew I got her pregnant. When I got her pregnant the second time, I knew I got her pregnant. And of these 26 years, I was only gone 9 months when I went to the Navy, right? But she got pregnant when I came from school, stopped at home, and then went to California, right? Broke through the birth control and everything. Baby looked just like me. I went to California. I trusted her because I knew I got her pregnant. Second, I knew. We spent, except for me going to the Navy, we spent most of this time together. She ain't had no time to go creep on me. You know what I'm saying? So if we at the house with our women, nah. Because first of all, barring when I was a little boy doing little boy things, as a man, I ain't even gonna give you a chance to do that because I'm a man up. And this is what helps us man up. See, it's 20, 30, 40-year-old little boys out here. You know this. Give me 1 Kings 2:1. Everything is in here, brother. We learned how to be men because first we learned who we were. Then we learned how to please the Most High. And then you start learning, man, I need to love this sister for real. You know what I'm saying? I can't be running around and get I mess around, but that's not beneficial for my family. And you start realizing what's the most important thing. See, I'll bump the UGK and Pimp C and UGK. Say, our whole setup was different on how we dealt with women. Because we was influenced. But this is the influence that we should have. Read this, King.
This is the book of 1 Kings chapter 2, verse 1.
This is how paramount this is for us. We read King Solomon, right? He said, I'm black becoming. His father was King David, right? So this is King David. So if Solomon is a black man, his father's a black man. So David was a so-called black man. Listen what he tells his son.
Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die, and he charged Solomon, his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and shew thyself a man, and keep the charge of the Lord.
Keep the charge of the Lord.
Every so-called black man that's an Israelite supposed to be keeping the charge of the Lord. That's why they don't want you doing the real Bible, because you gonna stand up here for the Most High and forget what they talking about. We finna teach contrary to what Babylon talking about. We finna tell our women that you need to dress modestly like God said. We finna tell our brothers that you need to put a beard on your face like God said. We gonna tell our people you gotta stop eating pork like God said. Not what the white man said, your slave master, but what your creator said. Read on.
And keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the laws of Moses.
As it's written in the laws of Moses. So telling black people the laws are done away with. Why? Because they don't want us to be a man. David just told us to keep the charge of the Lord and keep the commandments and show yourself a man. Because a man gonna bury his wife. A man gonna take care of his children. children. A man gonna love his brother, and a man gonna love his nation. That's the complete opposite of what your slave master wants you to do. So they're teaching contrary to the Bible.
Got some more meat on it.
Okay? So instead of teaching you to love your brother, they teaching you to love the whole world.
That's right. That's
Well,
right.
God said,
Teach,
if a man love the world, that's enmity with God. You hate the Most High because you cannot love the world and love God. Because if you love the world, I promise you, you hate niggas.
God said it.
No, he didn't. All right. All right.
No.
Go to Isaiah. Okay. All right, I got you.
I didn't say this. He said it.
Well, yeah, he did say it. We're in agreement. Isaiah 45:17. I'm gonna come back to this. Hold on, let me show this word. Watch this. He said it. We in agreement. Watch this. But you gotta know the Bible to know what he's talking about. Because who was Christ talking to in that conversation?
Come on, Grandpa.
Come
on, Grandpa.
Go to John 3:1 right there.
See, the text is so like.
No, it's not.
No. I'm gonna tell you because it's so big, right? And it's so subjective to a lot of people. And it's open, and it's open for discussion, and it's open for interpretation.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. The Bible is of no private interpretation. We ain't get that far.
No, I'm gonna tell you. Hold on, wait. This is shoot that down. I'm gonna tell you about
No,
not that. How that is not open. How that is open for interpretation. Because how you interpreting it right now, I believe this is someone else, another Israelite. Don't even matter. It really don't even matter. And they're gonna interpret it like a whole different way.
Watch this. What is this? All right, I believe you. Had that brother put on Christ, I promise you, if you put on Christ, it ain't gonna be no another interpretation. It's gonna be one strength, because the path to destruction is wide, right? But the path to the righteousness is very narrow. Meaning, if you don't learn how to love your people and put on Christ, you're going down the path of destruction. So of course you're gonna have a different understanding. Read this.
This is the book of Peter, 2 Peter, chapter 1, verse 20. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scriptures is of any private interpretation. For the prophecies came not in old times by the will of man, but holy men of Yahweh, which is God, spake as they were moved by the Holy Ghost.
They knew they was gonna say that. They wrote about it. They knew they were gonna say, you get your own private interpretation. No, you can't interpret our history that we wrote.
Hold on, wait. So you can't, hold on, wait. If we didn't interpret it,
Just
if we not interpreting what we read, because we without
exactly. Hold on. You just said it. Exactly. So when people read John 3:16, they're interpreting it without understanding. So we're gonna give you the true meaning of John 3:16 from the Bible.
This is St. John chapter 3, verse 1.
So we gotta start at the top, right? Read.
There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. The same came to Jesus by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher, come from God, for no man can do these miracles that thou doest except God be with him.
So this Nicodemus came, who was a Jew, who was an Israelite, at night to come talk to Christ. So they having a conversation about being reborn. Jump up to 14. So you ask a Christian, but John 3:14 and say, I don't know. But they know John 3:16, right?
conditioning is good.
So we're gonna start just 2 scriptures up to get some more understanding of the scripture.
All right.
This is verse 14. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness,
Who did Moses lift up the serpent in the wilderness to? Who he bring out of Egypt? The Israelites, right? So he's starting off giving an analogy about Moses and the serpent.
even so must the Son of Man be lifted up.
So the same way Moses lifted up the serpent for the Israelites, even so Christ got to be lifted up for the Israelites, right? Read on.
That whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have eternal life. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
So let's get on the world first, right? First of all, how you gonna believe on if they already lying to you telling who your so-called white man? How you gonna believe on them if you don't believe nothing that he say because you believe what the pastor say in the Christian church? Because Christ said, as you believe Moses, you will believe me. So they don't believe nothing Christ in the Bible say. Read this.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 17.
Hold on. Watch this here. This is Hebrews chapter 1 and verse 2. Had in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he had appointed heirs of all things, by whom also he made the worlds. W-O-R-L-D-S.
There's more than one world. You got the earth, and then you got different worlds. It's like the white man gave us an orderly cycle of a black culture world. The Chinese world is a world. The Arab world is a world. We a world. We just don't know it.
Yes.
Read this.
And this is going to make sense right here now.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed, nor confounded, world without end.
So the Israelites is a world in itself. Christ was an Israelite. Christ was talking to an Israelite. So when he made the statement to that Israelite, he was talking to Israelites. Give me Matthew 15 and 24 to prove that point. Give me Acts 2 and 21. Because the only people going to believe on the so-called black Messiah is going to be his people that need saving. Do the white man need saving? He ruling the world. Do the Arab man need saving? They got weapons and missiles and armies. Who the only people ain't got nothing? Us. We can't even defend ourselves against a nation because we don't know who we are. Read this.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 22.
Now, this New Testament, right? They will never teach this in the church.
And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast.
So if Christ came for the whole world, then explain this right here.
And cried unto him, saying, have mercy on me, O Lord.
This is a woman out of Canaan. This was an Edomite woman who came to Christ.
Thou son of David, my daughter is grievously vexed with a devil. But he answered her not a word.
I thought Christ came for everybody. He did all these miracles. He did all these healings. You know who he was healing? Israelites. But this a woman from another nation came. What? Why? Because if we go to the woman in the well, in John 9, he spoke to her. But why he talked to the woman at the well? That one from Samaria. She was astonished he talked to her because that was his sister. No, Christ is not God. He's the Son of God. So he came here. He couldn't tell you he came.
But he answered her not a word. And his disciples came and besought him, saying, send her away.
The disciples came and said, send her away. It's clearly a problem here. Why Christ came for everybody, but him, he didn't speak, he didn't say that to her, and the disciples said, send her away.
Then what he told his disciples to do too. It's the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. They don't want to forward. The real Trinity is the Father, God, the Mother God, and the Son God. That's the real Trinity come out of Babylon.
and saying, send her away, for she cried after us. But he answered her and said, I am not sent.
Right? I thought he came for everybody. This Christ himself.
I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
I'm only sent for those Israelites who don't know. He wasn't even sent for the Jews, because they knew they was Israelites. He was sent for the ones that was in Samaria, that was practicing paganism, that was the northern tribes that split from the southern tribes.
Like the northern tribe just came through here with that Edomite. Here's who he come from. Then came she and worshiped him, saying, Lord, help me. But he answered and said, it is not meet to take the children's bread and cast it to bitches. Okay, to dogs. What's a female dog?
Now, did they teach that in the Christian church? Christ said, I can't take the children, but that's New Testament, right? I can't take the children's bread and cast it to dogs. Now watch what she said.
And she said, truth, Lord.
Now, I don't see Christ calling his own people a dog when he just said he come from the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So who he called a dog? The other nations.
Hold on, wait.
What's up with it, bro?
Yes, you believe the words of God? You believe it. See, the thing is, you don't believe it's history. It's plain as day. Even the woman agreed with it. Read it again. But the context is, when she first came up, he ain't even speak to her. The next thing that happened was the disciples said, send her away. They didn't even want to deal with her. So his response to her was, I'm here for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. It's not meet for me to cast the children's bread to dogs. That's the whole conversation. His conversation.
That's not worthy.
They're not worthy.
No, you got it.
They're not worthy. They don't love God. The God of this Bible is the God of the Israelites.
Israelites.
He not, that's another thing. He only the God of the Israelites. Look,
Amos 3.
They taking the Bible and they put paganism on it. That's why people think of the Bible, they think, that's garbage. That's because they want it to be like that. You know about Constantine. Everybody knows what Constantine did. So it shouldn't even be an argument on it, Christianity being paganism. They worship Mary, right? The Virgin Mary. Yes, they do. Bro, I'm a ladies there, right? They have taught the Hispanic people Catholicism, but what they got it from them.
Those are people.
And they got it, the real Mayans and Aztecs. It's black Indians. They were black. These water downers is the product of the conquistadors. And when they came, they brought the cross, and they brought white Jesus, and they taught them Catholicism. They taught us Baptist and Christianity. So in Mexicans' houses, every damn one of them, they got the Virgin Mary. That's idolatry. Because nowhere in the Bible do it tell you to worship Mary. That goes to that Trinity that we was talking about. Nimrod, Tammuz, and Istus, or Semiramis. That's the beginning of the Trinity, the unholy Trinity.
And this what he taught me. He said, cross that out. First thing I did is I crossed it out. Right? So what is this everybody wearing on their chest? Is it or is it a T? It's a T. A cross is an X, really. But a T stands for something. And it's what everybody here in Babylon is worshiping. Tammuz.
Christmas is about Tammuz. Easter is about Semiramis, his mother.
Same thing.
The same thing they were worshiping in Egypt is the same thing they worship in Babylon. It's the same thing they worship. That's why with Alexander the Greek, he was popular. He made sure he went to Egypt. He went to Egypt to get all that pagan knowledge, and they took it back to Athens. And then from Athens, they took it to the Vatican. So the Vatican paganism. That's why they say Catholic means universal church. And that's why they say everybody can be one religion. They can be one religion because they all worship paganism. The Hindus is pagans, the Buddhists is pagans, all of them, the Christians is pagans. The only people that's not pagans is the ones that keep the laws and commandments of the Most High God, Yahweh, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's a distinct difference. We are the only ones on the planet, the only ones that's supposed to worship him. You know what I'm saying? And there he gave all the other nations up to worship other things. So they hate us. That's why all the nations hate black people. But it wasn't so from the beginning. Everybody was supposed to keep the commandments in the first word, but they went off because he ain't dealing with you.
This will make you understanding.
I got you. If they can't worship the Most High God, remember how I said you can't love God if you don't love your brothers? They can't even begin to love him because they hate us. And they hate us because they hate Christ. Christ is right now. Yes. And the Romans crucified Christ, right? And the Jews, they put him up, was Edomites, man. They was in cahoots with the Romans. That's how they took over our culture. And they been hating us. So they can't love Christ because they can't love God because they can't love us. Right. The Chinese man don't love us. The African man does not love the black man, man. They don't love us. You ain't met no Africans that love black people. Ghana was started by black people from America.
Right. This is the book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 68.
This is crucial right here, brother. How God loved everybody and for everybody when the Bible says,
blessed be the Lord God of Israel.
Is it Mary? Is it Jesus? Is it baby Jesus? Is it the Pope? The Lord God of Israel. You ain't heard nobody say that. They just say God, 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 God. What God?
God we trust.
So we just say that's anything to be a God. Just like the Bible was written about who he's talking about. If you ask me what God I worship, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of Israel. Right? So remember when we read about the world without end, there's going to be everlasting salvation? Read it.
Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people, and hath raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David.
So when they talk about salvation, salvation is for the Israelites. And he's going to tell you who we need to be saved from.
As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began.
He's telling us the same thing since the world began. Keep the commandments. Keep the commandments. Send the prophets out there like us. Keep the commandments. That's what the prophets do. Tell the people to keep the commandments.
That we should be saved.
Do what?
Saved.
Root word of salvation is saved. So it's going to tell us what we need to be saved from. What's the salvation about? Now, I'm saved, sanctified, and bathed in the Holy Ghost. That ain't salvation. Because you be sinning, get dipped in water, you can start back sinning again. But this salvation, we got to have the Lord come save us from.
That we should be saved from our enemies. Our enemies.
Who is the number one enemy of the black man? Come on, brother. This brother's sharp. That boy quick. Read up.
This war, and from the hands of all that hate us.
From our enemies and the hand of all that hate us. These the nations. Are we a part of the UN, United Nations? Are we the only people?
Why you give me some up in here?
We the only people that ain't got representation in the United Nations.
The only people.
The only one, it would be different if it was somebody else that had one.
Baby. It lines up.
It is? Watch this.
It says, huh? Yeah, I'm finna show you.
Okay? No, it's a little bit, it's a James Moore. Where was I at? Hey, Lord, hate us. To perform the mercies promised to our fathers and to remember his holy covenant, the oath which he swore to our father Abraham.
It's paramount that we know who we are. Because then you'll know you up under a covenant that he promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which is our forefathers. But if you don't know that, then you're not going to keep the covenant, which is to keep the law and statutes and commandments. Oh, I'm in a new covenant. Jesus forgave all my sins. I keep sinning and doing what the hell I want to do in Babylon.
I get it.
But wait,
Let me give you this one more.
Listen to this.
This the fleshly part of the demise of our people.
This is what he's been telling you almost the whole night. Okay,
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 1.
Oh, my favorite.
Keep not thou silent, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For
That's why
lo,
everybody, all these other nations can't worship the Most High.
for lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
He got enemies. They are his enemies. That's why they worship Krishna and Buddha and all these different other entities. Because they never gonna keep these commandments. Because they'll never love us. Read on.
And
We're better than them.
and they that hate thee have lift up the head.
The people that hate God, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, lift up the head. But
They have taken craft of counsel against thy people.
so since they can't do nothing to God, they took crafty counsel against his people. We, his people. Let's see what they did to his people.
And consult against thy hidden one.
Remember those lost sheep of the house of Israel that Christ came for? The hidden ones. We was part of the hidden ones. Now a lot of our people is the hidden ones. So we got to wake them up so they won't be hidden. Because these people plotting with the murder, the game, the music, turning our women against us. That's plotting against the hidden ones.
They have said, come and let us cut them out.
And this is the biggest point of these people.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let them cut us off from being a nation. Everybody in the UN but us. But we a nation of people. They can't, it's going to name the names of who got together to do it. But you got to know who he is. You got to know who Esau is to understand who he is today.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Don't be lost sheep if you don't know who you are. So we just like the wilderness said, we got to cut off the roots, history.
That's right.
So to cut them off from being a nation, you got to cut off their history. That's why they took our books. Because if we can't figure out who we are, then we can't come together and be a nation. Because this is what makes us a nation. The same thing that make America a nation, laws, statutes, and ordinances. It's the same thing that make us a nation. That's our Constitution in the Bible. Read on.
And that's the reason why people
Boy,
don't
they
know
have-
when they step up here, they don't know who they are.
Yeah, this is it.
Been cut off.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
All these nations came together with one consent to cut us off. That's why the Arab man got his stores in our community, the Asian man got his stores in our community, the African man got his stores in our community, the Jewish man got his stores in our community, but yet black people don't have stores in their community. Why is that? But you ain't gonna see that in the white man neighborhood. But in our neighborhood, we don't own nothing. We don't own a donut shop. We don't own a beauty supply. We don't own a nail shop. We got to go to all these other nations because they in cahoots together. It's not a coincidence that when Arabs come over here, they come over here and buy corner stores. Or Chinese people. No, they all do the same. Indians buy hotels.
Absolutely agree, but a lot of that got to do with
What they do it now. What they do it now.
when I walk away from them.
Teaching the Bible, teaching the good word.
What they do shit like that.
A whole lot of hate.
So every time.
Hold up. What did they do with Christ?
So every time.
Wait. What? That was, we talking about, like, all these people kind of modern day people.
They got these niggas scared,
We
man.
don't have, that's what I'm saying, they do. But there's no representation. Before Malcolm died, he went to the UN to try to get us our
Exactly.
Right.
He tried to get our
And they killed him. And they killed
And
him.
they killed him.
Because they don't want us to be a nation.
We out here,
Exactly.
watch this. We out here so cold-blooded with it, right? Trying to raise our people up, and we fight for our people. We standing for our people. Am I
That's right.
We out here to die for our people. But guess what? Our people don't want to hear us.
Yep.
See, that's the problem. It's not us. It's not the representation. It's the people themselves.
But imagine if 100 of us was standing right
You think it
here.
ain't happening?
How many
No, I'm
on
pretty
there?
sure how. But if 100, you know how many goddamn police
It
gonna be right
Only
here?
8 right now.
It don't take that many
Only
people.
3
don't,
people
but
watching right
Christ
now.
told them to go out 2 by 2 to do the mission. It's
But-
everybody gonna get this message just like that. Everybody here. It's your personal decision if you want to fear God and please Him and try to get your soul into the kingdom.
That's right.
That's your personal decision. You can choose life or you can choose death.
Yeah.
But you ain't gonna be able to say you ain't hear it. You ain't gonna be. You might not want to believe it, what God say in His book. But you're not gonna go into judgment and say we weren't properly advised of what's gonna happen to you if you don't do it.
That's right.
That's right.
Your
That's
blood
why-
ain't gonna be on us.
That's why we own the corners.
That's right.
All these people passing by. Most of them ain't seeing Israelites from being down here. I'm busy. I'm trying to go. You trying to go
Yep.
party, which is cool. But when you gonna worry about your soul? When you gonna worry about your people? When you gonna worry about your children? If you can't teach your children who they are you really a man? Your children, that's why all these parents lost. They don't know who they are because their daddies don't know who they are. And their daddies didn't know who they are. They was niggas, colors, blacks, African Americans, and we cut all that. Because the Most High said we the Hebrew Israelites.
That's
the
right.
12 tribes of
That's
Israel.
right.
And we the most biggest spread. That's why it don't take 100 brothers on. They need to spread out and go to the scattered. Because just 2 Israelites teaching one brother that he an Israelite is detrimental to the white man's
And
plan.
if you study this word, 2 Israelites go and destroy a whole city.
That's right. Because it's mental. It's mental. It's meant. That's why you standing right here right now, because you're smart. It's
right.
mental.
That's right. That's right.
The Israelites is an ignorant people. We pray. He already knew this though. He already knew he was hard-headed,
Stiff-necked.
when he brought us out of Egypt. Rebellious. We are rebellious as people. But we got faith. We the biggest believers. Your heart get moved. It just got to be your heart. Don't put it on God. Right. He's giving you everything we need. It's our decision. And Christ said, but He also said, in their affliction, they're seeking the earth. And you get tired of this mess that's going on in Babylon that's not made for us. When you get tired of your woman out of order, when you get tired of your children out of order, when you get tired of going to work for somebody when you know you're a king, when you get tired of the way this country treat our people, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
It a gift.
But a gift destroys the heart, and that's the biggest problem on why people don't want to serve God. They getting housed, so they out of order with them. They getting food stamps. They work for the white man. They love his dirty draws. A white person gave them something. They love white women, so they just fight. If a white man love white women, he gonna try to finagle her into salvation. But it ain't no salvation for them. It tells you, point blank, period. Ain't no salvation for the white man. He looked different for a reason. From everybody on the planet, the so-called white man, who's not white, he looked different. Yeah, because they know. So they can get some of that melanin. But that's not true. You are what your father is. You what your father. So if your father is a so-called black man, his father is a so-called black man, you is a black man. If your father's I don't give a damn if you look black. If your
It's like Bob Marley, right? Bob Marley father white. So he's an Edomite. His sons are Edomites. They look black, but they Edomites. Man, we ain't studying no Rastafarian, Haile Selassie worshiping ass brothers. We know about Rastafarian, but they know they Israelites though. I bet you that.
Yeah.
I bet you them goddamn Benjamites. But they practice it. But don't they say Jah? So the Most High God Jah. They know they Israelites. But they on that Haile Selassie is an Ethiopian. He's an African. And they mix it. That ain't even original.
Hebrews 12 in verse 16.
Now, if God loves everybody, then I need a Christian pastor to explain this.
Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau.
Got to know who Esau is. You still got that? The Edomites come from Esau. The Israelites come from Jacob. When you read Genesis 25 and 25, that's the beginning of the story of Esau and Jacob. If you study that, you'll understand what's the deal with black and white people, why we so interconnected.
I can make you understand it better. You know, Jacob stole Esau's blessing.
No, he sold it.
Jacob still his blessing. Esau birthright. That's a lie.
Why is that a lie?
Because he sold his birthright. He sold his birthright. Go to Genesis. This is a lie in the Christian church. But our people don't read the Bible. They telling you a Gentile. Why they saying those white folks is Jewish? They saying Jacob stole. So, but if they love God so much, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is the. Right, you can read it. Check this out. Hold on. Abraham, Isaac. Watch this. We gonna read it. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Hold on. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is the reason why God made the covenant for us, right? So that means Jacob had to be a righteous man, like his father and his father. They were righteous men. So why the hell would Jacob steal from his brother when that's against the laws of God? So we gonna see if the Christian church tells the truth or the Bible gonna tell us exactly what it is.
Why do you think after 20-something years I left my church, gave my church up, and came and got myself in front of these young brothers? Why do you think I would do some stuff like that? Start lining up, truth start coming out. That's it.
He did like Nat Turner did. He was teaching the Bible, 29. He was teaching the Bible, but stuff wasn't making sense. Like when you start in Genesis 1, and you read about Adam and Eve, the Christian church got everybody thinking Adam and Eve was the only people on the planet.
Yeah.
But it's clear as day before you get to Adam that he had already made people.
Right.
And in the other books it say he made them all at the same time. And then he created Adam. But so they be like, well, how they get their kids, man? How they got all these kids? How they got that? Because y'all ignorant as hell. It was Cain went and married a woman from another nation. Because there was other people on the planet.
That's right.
But Adam was the one that was set in the garden.
That's right.
Read this.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 29. And Jacob saw Polygamy.
Hold on, start. First of all, let's show who he is. Esau. Yeah, don't start with the red. Give me the red. 25.
This is the book of Genesis 25 and verse 25. And the first came out red, all over like an hairy garment. And they called his name Esau.
This is the first recorded fact. Keep reading.
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob.
So they describe how Jacob looked. They describe how Esau looked, right? And they said he came out red, all over like a hairy dog. Who the only red people on the earth? And everybody on the earth had melanin. And this one person in Genesis 25 come out red all over like a hairy dog. And then when he got grown, he started sleeping with all different women from other nations, planting the seed like he's been doing this whole time. So you got people that's Arabs that look white. You got Native Americans that look white. You got Spanish people that look white. That's because Esau planted his seed in them. All the people on earth is melanated. So if you ain't got melanin, that means you negative.
He loved Africa.
Yeah.
He loved them African women.
Read this.
And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare him.
Let's jump up to 29.
And Jacob saw pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was fainting. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom.
So the Edomites come from Esau, right? Esau came out red. So this whole nation come out red. And Edom means red. Read on.
And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright.
Hear that? Jacob said, sell me your birthright. He didn't steal it. He said, sell it to me. Read.
And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, swear to me this day, and he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob.
Same Bible they use. It's the same Bible we use. So who lied? So they lied about that. They lied about the color of Christ. They lied about the fact that we ain't got to keep the laws. They lying. Because that's what the devils do. The devil is sitting here to deceive you. We are living, you heard of hell on earth? Being spiritually dead, that's hell. So who runs hell? Satan. That's why this world's so wicked. Who's Satan means? Who's Satan, the children of Satan? White, so-called white people.
Satan, Santa, same letters.
They the wicked. They the, go to Malachi. Bro, we know who they are.
Order of wicked.
You got Esau either?
No. You got yours?
Yeah. Bro, you got to know your own. They not gonna tell you who they are.
He stole my book.
Started two. Watch this, brother. So if God loves everybody, why he say this?
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 2. I have loved you, said the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Said the Lord, yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau.
Now how did the Lord love Jacob if he stole his brother's birthright? But he hate Esau. And the elder just read that Esau don't get no salvation. Read them.
And laid his mountain.
His what?
His mountains.
Where they come from? Come on, brother. Brother Sharp. This brother Sharp, he quick. Astute.
And his inheritance waste for the dragon of the wilderness. Whereas Edom says, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
Every time they have a hurricane, what the white people say? We're gonna rebuild. Every time it's a tornado, and they start getting stuck. We're gonna rebuild. Why? Because they rebelling against the Most High. Those tornadoes are on a mission. They ain't just randomly tearing stuff up. It ain't hitting this house and not hitting this house if it ain't on a mission. Everything was created by the Most High. Angels control this stuff. It's angels holding the four winds. So if the Most High want to tear your stuff up, he gonna tear yours up and not tear your neighbors up. So but the white man say, we're gonna rebuild. Read on.
Thus said the Lord of hosts.
What that black man say?
They shall build, but I will throw down.
We in war. They're the enemies of the Most High. Watch what the Lord thought.
I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness.
This nation that's called Edom is the border of wickedness. Who's pushing homosexuality on all the nations? Who's pushing drugs, guns, this wicked ass music, false religions? When they go to a country with the package of democracy, it's Babylonian practices. All this stuff is Babylonian. So when they say all the nations drunk of the cup of abomination from the whore of Babylon, this is what it's talking about. We're fighting for democracy. They just renamed it. They rebranded it. They just like they rebranded their God. That there was the God of the strangers was Zeus. The Romans worshiped Zeus, or the Greeks. They just renamed him. Now they call him Jesus. That's a Greek word. That's not his name. Christ's name is in Hebrew, because he was a Hebrew Israelite. They spoke Hebrew, and his name was Jehoshaphat. That's a far cry from Jesus. That's Greek. So they whitewashed the images, they stole the books, they history show that they will culture anybody. These goddamn devils in Africa acting like they're Africans. Come on, man. All the Arabs know that the Jews is black. You know what I'm saying? They say they left black and came back white. If they really was from there, the Arabs wouldn't hate them. They not from there. They conquering that place the same way they conquered this place. They settling it and going to war the same way they did. They fought for this place. Colonizers. Read on. Oh, we got the Puerto Ricans. So once you know the people in the book, so they don't teach that in the Christian church. The Arab man know he come from Islam. The actors, some of them know they come from Ham, but it is not hard to understand that part because it named the countries of Ham. Egypt, Kush,
Ethiopia.
all these African people, and they know it. So when you go down to Jaffa, people don't really know who the Japhites are, but it's a lot of people that come from Shem, and then it start branching off. But the main people in this book that it's talking about is the chosen people. Adam was chosen out of all the people. Noah was chosen out of all the people. It's a book of the chosen. Abraham was chosen out of all the people. Enoch was chosen out of all the people. Moses was chosen. And all these people was related. It wasn't a person that was outside this lineage that's in the Bible of the Israelites that he chose to do nothing. It ain't another nation of not one name from any other nation that he chose to be a servant.
Never heard the Lord talk to Caesar.
So when the Catholic Church down here making saints, acting like they the head of the Bible, no, you the head of Christianity, pagan Christianity, but you're not the head of this Bible, because they worship Lucifer. I heard of myself singing to Lucifer. That's their bright and morning star. They not even hiding it no more, man. An organization of pedophiles. How could they be the servants of the Lord? Pedophiles. They sleep with little children. They priests sleep with little children. It's so bad the stuff that's spilled over to these black guys. I'm tired.
Hold on, I got this in here. You're gonna love this. This is from the thesaurus, okay? Now this is Edomite. White man wrote this, okay? Negro, colored person, black Moor, Jim Crow, slave.
Hold on. What they say?
Jim Crow,
Colored person?
colored
That's
person.
us, right?
Yes, sir.
Black? That's us, right?
That's right.
Black Moor. That's
Yes, sir.
us. That's you, right? They put them all in the category together. Jim Crow.
Jim Crow, slang USA, US, brother. Okay, darky, Sambo, ebony, all code. The image of God.
So amongst all these different bywords, they know who the children of God is. So that's why they putting their foot on our neck and having us put our foot on our own neck to keep one more. Judah 8 and 20, I believe. Watch this. Let me give you one more. I'm tired. Check this out. They took our books. If you want to know your opponent, you got to study. We know about the Jewish people because we studied them. Know their book. I don't went into their books. I know what they believe. They wicked as hell. But they went into our books.
And this is what they found out. You got to go in the person's book to comfort them people. And they guess, you know, they guess. And that's what they did. It's the book 5 and 20. 5 and 20?
Yes, sir. Let's lead the brother with this. Because this is the reason why it's so paramount that we come back to keeping the law, statutes, and commandments.
This is the book of Judith, chapter 5, verse 20.
We read in Baruch 4 that we drove the Most High to wrath. That's why we went into slavery.
Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people,
This was another nation seeing us, and they wondering why we won't come bow down to them. Because they going around conquering. So this, the servant of the dude, the commander, this is what he told them.
and against any error against this people, and they sin against their God. Sin against their God.
What's sin, brothers? Yes, sir. If we break his laws, that's the commandment. So he telling him, if they sin against their God,
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
now think about it. If we made a covenant with the Creator, for real, and we at the bottom, and we read in the books and it say, if we did what he told us to do, we'll be above everybody on earth, which will piss everybody off, right? But if we didn't do it, then these curses gonna go on and we're gonna go into slavery and all types of stuff. So he knew this. If they sin against their God, it'll be their ruin. When they came together in the Confederate against us, they did things like bring different doctrines, philosophies, homosexuality, turning our women against us, systematic stuff. That's why they came together on one consent and was Confederate against us, because they were systematically gonna make us forget who we were. Read on.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
So we in sin, they knew they could overcome us. We in sin, that's why they ruling over us.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation,
We doing what the Most High told us to do, and we in sin, what's gonna happen?
let my Lord now pass by.
Might well go on, keep on moving, bro.
Let the Lord defend them.
What?
Let the Lord defend them.
Just like he did in our old times, he defended us.
And their God be for them.
No,
And their God be, and their God.
our God, our God. So when they teach in Christianity, they disrespect our God, his people, and everything we stand for. When they whitewashing Christ, they disrespected Christ. Because the fake Jews don't believe in Christ, but they know he was real. That's not their Messiah. They was coming against him. They don't mess with God because he don't mess with them. So they enemies of God. Read.
And their God before them.
Their God before them. The one who they worship is statues and pictures and images and people. We worship the Creator. They'd rather worship themselves and do a birthday. Give me that scripture, John.
Talking about to love the world.
Creation, exactly.
Exactly.
Love not the world.
I got you.
That's what you just quoted was Romans 1 and 25.
Read this.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 2 and verse 15.
New Testament.
Love not the world.
Hold on. Christ did not just say that. I thought God loved the world. Christ telling us not to love the world.
Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. For if any man love the world,
Is what?
the love of the Father is not in him.
If you love the Father, and then you can't love your brothers. So I've told you can't love the world and love your people and love the Father. That's why they teach you to love the world. The Beyonce's, the Lil Wayne, they're rather the world love them than to love their own people. So read on.
Verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust
Ain't that what they teach her? You look at a woman, you just looking at her flesh. You ain't looking up here, so you just trying to get a hoe. That's why you got to do DNAs, because you the mess with a hoe. Because she got a body count. Because this is what they teaching them here. Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, what's the other one? Glorilla. They teaching them, instead of their mothers teaching them to be chaste women, they learn it from whores. What Glorilla say? I ain't got no nigga, ain't no nigga, ain't got me. Look at her, so what you doing? You whore. Read on.
The lust of the eyes and the pride of life.
The pride of life. Read.
Is not of the Father, but
as Christ said, if you try to save your life, you're gonna lose your life. Read on.
But is of the world.
Oh, that's of the world. We on the spiritual, they on the flesh. We talk the spirit. We want a woman that's in the spirit, gonna be in order with the Most High. It's gonna be in order with us. You get a woman of the flesh, she wouldn't do what the hell she want to do. Why? Because that's what Babylon taught her. But she don't belong to Babylon. She belongs over here with us. Right. We can't tell no Asian woman what the hell to do. We can't tell no Arab, that's they women. We can't tell no Arab man woman what to do. That's they women. We can't tell no white man women what to do, but they can tell our women what to do. That's off as hell. Why? Because our women love the world. Because Christianity is a woman's religion. That's why their grandmama teach you to love the world. Your grandmama quote John 3:16. Your granddaddy don't quote that. Because he know the white man is goddamn devil. So granddaddy wasn't even going to church. And they think granddaddy is the devil. No, granddaddy is supposed to be teaching you to keep these laws, statutes, commandments, and don't go to their house of Satan. Because there's a can of demons up in there. So we the men of the Lord, and we don't teach, thus saith the Lord, word for word. They don't believe Bible. They believe pastor. They believe pastor said the law done away with. That's what they argue to death. But the Bible says it's not, and they don't read Bible. Right?
And their God before them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
That's why the black man, the black woman is looked down upon everywhere across the world. The African man looked down on the black man, but he wouldn't sleep with our women. The white man looked down on the black man, but he wouldn't sleep with our women. The Asian man, the Arab man, but they want to sleep with our women though. That's right. So we got the beautifulest women on the planet. And we the strongest, smartest, beautifulest people on the planet.
That's
especially
right.
when we doing the will of the Father.
That's right.
But they look at us as ignorant niggas when we out here doing whatever we want to do because they know. People know that we the children of Israel for real. Especially the people in the Middle East. They come over here asking themselves. They'll tell you. But they're not going to tell you if you don't ask. Because that ain't their job. They'll be sitting on that. If they don't even want to tell you where the hell they from. You ask a person from another country, what's their nationality, the first thing they're going to do, they're going to look at you sideways. Because they ain't expecting a nigga to ask them nothing like that. And then if you're really smart, you know about this country, or you know they're from Iraq, and you start spitting Iraq facts, or Pakistan facts, and they're going to be astonished because they know, niggas don't know who they are. How you know about me? Because we are the children of the Most High God. And it's an awakening. This is the phenomenon. It's real simple, but it seems complicated. No, the book's sitting right in your damn face, but nobody teaching you nothing. You go into church every Sunday, but nobody teaching you nothing. Yeah, it's a lesson, but as soon as you walk up out of there, you don't even know what the message is.
Money
coming
to me now.
You sow this seed,
sow
a seed.
He learned a lot today, boy. Say, but I wasn't going to with this young man. He's in for it.
Now, you see this?
Don't say this.
You see this? We was street niggas.
That's right.
We was hustlers.
That's right.
We was whoremongers.
That's right.
We all in the same body. But we all still the children of Israel. So this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that we got, it's ours. It's sitting right here. We know all of this only because what made us care was we found out who we were, and we found out that every goddamn thing is a lie. So we gotta bring out the truth. So that means we gotta go study to show ourselves approved. So if a Catholic come up here, a Muslim come up here, or anybody who think they know something, come up here and you wanna talk truth, and then you wanna talk this, they gonna get demolished. Because how can you, if you a biologist and I'm not, how can I argue with you about biology? I'm gonna sound real stupid, When you start spitting facts and people start fact checking them and you right. Same with the Bible. I don't care what you're talking about. If we talking about a subject, you gotta go to that subject to get the truth of that. And whatever you say is what you say, whatever I say, but we gonna see who line up with that subject. The Bible. It's not rocket science. If you read it, you study it, you get to understand it. But people who just talk religion, they don't know Bible because it's too many words, it's too many pages. They attention span too short. Man, this is our life, this is our heritage. We want to know who we are.
Just like two lesbians.
God,
Sit up and say, not my God. You know what I'm saying? Then you never hear them say, not the Bible.
They ain't dealing with that. Because why? The Bible tells you that homosexuality is an abomination. Right. So you ain't gonna mess with that. You know, so when you really find, bro, we make atheists out here. We turn white people to what they really are, atheists. Because when you step up against us with this Bible, you gonna find out God don't love you. Y'all been lying the whole time. He hates your ass. Then you got resources to back up that you Esau from your own damn people. Because y'all been hiding in plain sight the whole time, talking about you white people. Y'all, they ain't white. Donald Trump ain't white. That nigga orange.
In the Bible,
Nah. He a tangerine a nigga.
He said he will uncover their secret places.
Look, they told these people running around talking about Kamala Harris' life.
Who?
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris' father is Irish and Indian.
That's right.
His father is Irish. They moved from Ireland to Jamaica and became slave owners. His father, he got colored because his mother was an Indian. And then he married an Indian. So you got a mixed mulatto, Irish and Indian man who married an Indian. This is why she got so melanin. Because real Indian, East Indians is dark-skinned people. So that's why she got some color. But when you go to their lineage, she is a Edomite woman.
That's right.
That's why they rather say, you white, you black. No. We gonna go to what God made. You a goddamn Edomite, which is the border of wickedness. Look how they plan this. Black people, he did.
Donald Trump.
He the biggest liar. He the biggest liar telling the truth. He told the truth. He the biggest liar telling the truth. He told the truth when he was in that deposition about the casino over on the East Coast. He said, damn, these people don't look like Native Americans to me. The white ones that was fighting him about the casino, they say they Native Americans. He said that. Them don't look like no Native Americans to me. The same way he said Obama wasn't born here. He wasn't. He was born in Canada. The whole birth issue. Obama ain't our people. His father Kenyan. His mama white. Kamala's daddy white. Her mama Indian. Donald Trump said, I've known her from a distance. And the whole time I've known her, she was the Hindu prosecutor from California. She go to Howard, now she automatically black.
What he say? And he say, and y'all finna vote for her, and she finna shut down all the beef.
And he got into it with every black woman on that
people
time.
they worship a cow.
He's stupid, but the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord.
That's right.
All we gotta do is sit and watch this whole goddamn show. Our biggest mission is to love one another. And while the whole world fight, we just sit back and wait for salvation.
And another thing we realize, see, it's okay for them to be homosexuals and lesbians and all that stuff, but for our people, we can't do that. We can't do it. Because you said it earlier about the creature. They worship the creature. You know what I'm saying? We worship the creator. Get a flyer, man. Get a flyer.